All right.
There you go, man.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I just wanted to. I threw it in earlier today, but for those who weren't around, all right, welcome everybody to the Roundtable. This is episode 3, and just like I explained earlier today, and I explained to the guy, for anybody who's been confused about this, this is us going around discussing films that we like that are kind of obscure that maybe other people that we don't see people talking about, either underrated, underknown, just underpushed movies that we like that we don't think get the love they deserve. Bam.
Right.
And here with me today is Eric from Hayden and Eric here,
Glad to be
Jason
here.
from Ginja.Ninja.jk, and Dirk from Subjective Perspective Collective.
Yeah, man. How y'all doing?
Oh, good, man.
I'm doing good, yeah.
Let's see who we got
Good.
here. Hey, Kevin Alpine, how's it going, man? Hey, what's going on there? Yeah, man. The first couple episodes, I was just trying to figure out, exactly where I wanted to go with it, and I just basically figured out I just want to go there. I just want to give a platform for films that don't get the love they need.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm always all for that.
I don't think any channels do that. I got a couple other. Just wait, I got a couple other ideas too for other shows. I always got something on my sleeve.
Right.
All right. So what? Did you guys pick like? Was it horror? Was it a combination of genre? Was it subgenre? What was it?
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I have some horror. One's like a horror comedy. One's more like a mobster movie type of thing. So a little bit of it, everything. I didn't want to stick with just horror. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
I have a mixture too.
I'm all horror, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's what I did the first 2 weeks, and most of it's horror, but I got a couple other little ones thrown in there too.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I mean, I was
yeah.
just that's mainly what I watched though, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too, but I also got my Warriors in there. I got the Outsiders in there. I got the Rocky movies. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
I'm the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I've got a bit of
Go ahead.
mostly horror, but a couple of other ones thrown in there as well, just to mix it up a little.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I trickle into the exploitation and shit like that too.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I love that about you, man, because not many people that I know, specifically talk about that. So that gives me it gives me another sick mind to talk to. Because not many people touch that, man. I mean, even people that do like it try to kind of usually act like they don't. You know what I mean? They try to shy away from it because most people aren't
it's not a fan favorite, I guess.
Well, yeah, but all my biggest views come from those videos.
Yeah.
The one that's got over 100,000 views is I spit on your fucking grave. You
Right.
know what I mean? Come on, man.
Hell yeah. Bunch of sickos out there, man.
Well, what it is there's a bunch of closet sickos. They don't want to admit that they like it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those films are about a lot more than that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're important films in a lot of ways. It's not just about the sick exploitation part. There's a lot more to those. We wouldn't watch them if it was just that.
Yeah. There's a lot more to it than that, man. It's more they hit hard as hell, and they're realistic as hell. Like so.
They do. But at the same time, I respect people's decisions that don't like it. You know what I mean? So
Right. I'm sure, man.
It can be really tough to watch.
I mean, it's hard to. We can't all agree on everything, but that's what's great about it, though. That's what's great about film.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Corey, what's up?
Hey, Corey.
So basically, what we do is we go around. You don't have to have a physical copy of the film, but if you do, kind of show it. You know what I mean, and then discuss it and discuss the film and what it means to you. What it means to you, how you feel it's important, and how you feel that. Why you feel it hasn't got the credit it deserves, and so on, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
I guess I'll start up in the corner there by Ninja. Hey, what's your first one, Ninja?
Look, I'm just going to grab it out of the pile, and I'm going to go with Triangle.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I never heard of that. See, this is exactly what it's for.
You're missing out on a really good. It's a bit of a mind trip. It's a time loop, time war. You never know what's actually going on, but it's also got slasher elements too.
That's cool.
and that it's got a real kind of kick in the guts ending. Like it really hits when you find out what's going on and what's happened. There's so many different theories about, and I'm not going to spoil it, but there's so many different theories about what's actually happened. It's part Australian, part American. It's got a lot of Australian and some American actors. It was filmed up in Queensland in Australia, and yeah, it's got Melissa George in it, so that wins it for me.
When was it made?
It was good question.
I remember when it came out, man, like early
20
2000s, maybe.
It was like 2010, I thought, 20
Oh, was
something
it?
like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, there was a good portion of my life I was out there on the alcohol and shit. So I mean, it might be a blur for me.
2009 it came out.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's just a really.
Thanks for stopping
I
by.
can watch it often. Like I can watch it probably easily once a year and think of something new about it. Like I didn't pick that up. Yeah.
I need to revisit it, man. I kind of remember, but I remember when it dropped on DVDs when I saw it.
Same. Well, that's mine's an ex-rental copy from Blockbuster because that's the only place I could find where to get from. And I'm like,
Does it have any actors in it that we might know or anything like that? Or
Liam Hemsworth, Melissa George, Michael Dorman.
Oh wow, Michael Dorn of all people.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it.
It's got to be, definitely worth checking out. I think. I actually think you'll like it a lot.
Triangle, okay. Is it triangle or the triangle?
No, just a triangle.
Okay.
It's kind of. I guess it's kind of to tie in with the Bermuda Triangle. It's those the Queen Mary, like the Mary Celeste or whatever it is that ghost ship that comes around. It's got ties to that. Like there's so many different things. But yeah, it's really good. It's a bit of a trick.
Is it, if it's called Triangle, is it about like the Bermuda Triangle, pretty much?
Well, it kind of ties into that, yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it's set in Florida, so they take off on a yacht from Florida, which I think, if my geography is correct, it may not be. That's near the Bermuda Triangle. I don't know, or they just use the name for the sake of it.
Okay.
Because it's never specifically mentioned.
Oh yeah.
Awesome, man. All right. Dirt.
Okay. Yeah, man. So this movie, like, I know a lot of people don't like this movie. I know.
That's okay.
It gets shit on. It's whatever, man. This is like childhood nostalgia, big time for me. I remember when it first aired on HBO, probably in '85. I was a kid, '86, something like that. But that's Howlin' 2, man. Your sister is a werewolf.
Okay.
So Christopher Lee, hell yeah.
Yeah, you got Christopher Lee in here.
Sybil Danning.
Sybil Danning, yeah. She's playing Sturga. So it's a 10,000-year-old bi-curious werewolf. There's like these werewolf orgies, and man, it's silly as hell. I know Christopher Lee hates this movie, and he apologized to Joe Dante for being in it. When he worked with Joe Dante on Gremlins 2, he apologized for being in this damn movie. But the end credits on this movie, like you see Sybil Danning's breast 17 times in the end credits.
Well, that's always cool.
That scene where she's doing like this,
her
shirt just bust off like 17 times. They do that shit, but this shit's insane. It's not a great film.
It's great, man.
It's not a great film. I gotta admit, what's her name, McEnroe, I think, Annie McEnroe and Reb Brown, they're fucking horrible acting. And Christopher Lee, he couldn't stand it, so he had to act offset away from them. Like he was so pissed off. But yeah, it's a fun ride, man. And that's the artwork I remember from the VHS days and shit. But yeah, Howlin' 2, man.
Well, see, you said it perfectly. We could admit that a lot of our favorite movies aren't good movies. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's how we enjoy them and have fun. We can have fun in all the faults.
Yeah, man.
And I've only seen the first Howling. I know Gore is a little surprised. I'm not a big fan of it overall. Right. But you've kind of really gotten me interested in like the campiness and like how bad part 2 could be, that I actually want to check it out. Not just for 17 times we're gonna count at the end of the credits, right. But
yeah.
I want to see why Christopher Lee was just so apologetic to Dante.
Yeah, man. And
I seen him when I was a kid. I seen him when I was a kid, but I remember seeing it once. And actually, there's a lot more people got love for it than you think. I've heard a few people trying to stand up for it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it played all the time on HBO back in the day. I remember.
Not a lot, but some.
Yeah.
I don't hate Howling 2, but it was definitely a coming of age movie for me. We'll put it that way.
17 times.
That I may have worn out the VHS, but
I think they just went so far from the original formula that people were like, "What the fuck,"
Yeah, and
I think I didn't even have to.
I even mentioned the plot synopsis. I was just going off nostalgia and shit, but it is a direct sequel of the original.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So Reb Brown is the sister. I mean, Ben. He's Ben White in the movie. He's the brother of Karen White, which is Dee Wallace, his character.
Right.
Okay. And he's trying to figure out, like, he's going to her funeral, and Christopher Lee's there, and he's like telling him that his sister's a werewolf and shit, and then she's gonna come back from the grave, and like, it's crazy as hell, man. Yeah, it's a fun ride, man. It's got a great song in there too. Crawl, I think the name of the song is called Crawl, and it's like some 80s, 85 like new wave type shit, but it's real catchy and shit. I don't want to take up too much damn time going on about it, but
no, that's good.
What was the one of those films that Alice Cooper was in? Wasn't Alice Cooper in one around that time?
Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, Prince of Darkness.
No, it was a werewolf film.
Talking about Mad Dog? I mean, Monster Dog?
Monster,
I'm not sure.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, Monster
I remember
Dog.
the cover of it.
He was in Monster Dog in the 80s. I know
I knew it was some kind of werewolf movie or something he was in around that time.
Yeah.
And there was also Company of Wolves. Was that come out around that time?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Yeah.
The Howling in American Werewolf in London caused a werewolf boom there for a couple of years. No one could really stack up to those two, but it still caused a little bit of a boom where people were trying.
Yeah, man. I also like the alternate title, Werewolf Bitch.
Exactly. That's attitude if I ever seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Werewolf Bitch.
I think Howling films, like, the sequels get shit on a lot, but I actually don't mind some of the sequels. Like,
right.
Yeah, Howling 2's a good option. Actually, one of my favorites in the Howling series, slightly off topic, is Howling 5, The Freaks.
5? Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really did. The effects in that is amazing. Like, the physical effects are really good. So, yeah, I don't mind Howling 2 as well.
Isn't there like 6 or 7 Howling movies?
Yeah, there's a shit ton of them, yeah.
I mean, there's even Australian Howling. Howling 3, The Marsupials.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Well, you have to take it beyond. You have to take it to other countries. You got to.
Yeah, I mean, in this
at least they haven't went to space with werewolves, so there's no werewolves.
Not yet. That's a good thing.
Give it time.
Yeah. In this one, they go to Transylvania and shit, so that's cool. Yeah.
Well, I mean, with Christopher Lee, you got to go to Transylvania. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. All right, man. Eric?
Let's see. Well, let's stick with the cheesy. Kind of like, since we're doing Halloween, Howling 2, and King Gore's in there. He showed this once a handful of months ago on his channel. I've really enjoyed this because of how cheesy and kind of dumb it is. Highway to Hell.
Okay, yeah.
This came out in 91, and I had seen it in there used to be a show that played on TV. It was called the Horror Hall of Fame, and it was hosted by Robert Englund. And I just happened to catch it on TV, and of all people, Gilbert Gottfried came out, because it's like it's kind of like the Oscars for horror movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he had shown previews of like Alien 3 and the Addams Family, and he showed previews of Highway to Hell. And he didn't explain anything. It's Gilbert, and he's, making comments, goofy shit, talking about it. I'd forgotten about it until I rented it on VHS, and I'd fallen in love with it because it's actually directed by the same director who did Drop Dead Fred. So then you know what you're getting into. And what it is, it's about two newlyweds, Chad Lowe, who is Rob Lowe's brother, and Christy Swanson, of all people. They're going to Vegas to get married, and they stop at this gas station type of area, and they meet, who is it? Richard Farnsworth, from Misery. He's the sheriff in Misery. Okay. And he's the kindly old man, says, don't go down that road after this time of night type of thing. And of course, he's just some kooky old man. So they go down that road. Right. And out from hell comes the Hell Cop. And he is played by C.J. Graham from Friday 6, Jason Lives.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he takes Christy Swanson hostage, and he takes her to hell so the devil can marry her. The devil is played by Patrick Bergin, of all people. And then Chad Lowe has to go into hell to rescue her. And if you know the director, Atta Young, from Drop Dead Fred, there's horror elements, but it's going to be off the wall, goofy shit from beginning to end. There is scenes where Chad Lowe goes into hell, and he goes to this diner, and there's a couple people in the diner. Ben Stiller is the cook. Jerry Stiller is a cop. Jerry Stiller, his dad, is ordering food, and the waitress is Ben's mom. It's so creative with his visuals. The handcuffs that the Hell Cop uses are actual live hands that he puts around Christy Swanson's wrist type of thing. And it's just a lot of fun, a lot of stop motion. Chad Lowe has to fight Cerebus, the three-headed dog. This is Kevin Peter Hall's last film. He plays the guy who tries to get him over the river Styx, and like his eyes are sewn shut. And then there's a scene where Chad Lowe goes into the hell version of Las Vegas, and he's meeting all the evil people in history. Like Gilbert Gottfried shows up, and he's Adolf Hitler. Ben Stiller shows up again, and he's Attila the Hun. His sister shows up, and she's Cleopatra. And it's just so random and fucking nuts and off the wall. And like we said with like the Howling 2, it's just a lot of fun. Yeah, man. And I don't think anyone other than Core, anyone has ever talked about this. And again, it's just, a lot of the reason to watch this again is a lot of the special effects. It's 91, so it's dated, but for 91 and a budget of maybe $50, it's actually really, really well done, because you can't really see it here on the copy. You'll have to like Google it. This is the Hell Cop, but he's all scarred up, and it's all different like carvings and like, satanic ruins and stuff like that in his face type of thing. Yeah. And again, it's CJ Graham, so he's got that Jason walk, but it's the power walk that he has in Friday 6. So it's a lot of fucking fun. There's some sadness to it that I won't get into because I don't want to spoil that, but it's really, really fucking fun.
Yeah, man, I've passed over that one. I need to check it out. I remember when I met CJ Graham, he had those prints on his table. So he was signing autographs for that. But I need to get on that one. Yeah.
You definitely got to be in the right mood, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? You can't be, you have to be in the mood for some slapstick. But it's really, really fun. But again, there's some really good visuals and horror elements to it as well.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I'll check it out.
I first came across this, I think it was in Gore Zone or Fangoria or something like back in the 90s. And that when I first saw it, I was blown away. Like, I just love the feel of it, like that desert look of hell and everything. I think it's a really very underrated film. It's just a lot of fun too. Like it's horror, but it doesn't take itself too seriously.
That's what I like, because this was made like back to back with Drop Dead Fred. You know what I mean? So he made this like the very next year. So you go from a obscure, over the top children's film, you know what I mean? With the imaginary friend type of stuff, and now you're going into the pits of hell with Cerebus and the devil, but then you have motorcycle gangs. Lita Ford shows up as a sexy hitchhiker just because why not? We want to show off some Lita Ford cleavage. That's why he hired her. Just a bunch of fun stuff.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm totally not surprised with that pick from you. That is so you, man.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, from the two cheesy ones. Now this is 2011, and this was like a Tribeca IFC film, and it is called The Bleeding House.
Okay.
I trying to think of what this actor was in and see if you recognize some of the names here. Let's see. Patrick Bergen plays the main guy in it.
Yep.
And you got a couple other people in here that you see here and there, but he's the main guy. And what he is he's a serial killer. This is a thriller. This is a damn good movie. It's not that people shit on it, but nobody ever talks about this. It's so unknown, this movie is. And it's something I caught on cable on like Cinemax several years ago, like I said, 2011. What he is he's a religious guy. And he goes around and he kills off and he attacks and kills whole families of people that have done a lot of wrong, a lot of bad. In this particular family's house that he goes to, they had a bunch of controversy because of trouble. The wife was cheating on the husband. The daughter is all fucked up in the head, and they don't never let her leave the house. They call her Blackbird because she likes to kill, and they won't let any living thing around her because she likes to kill it.
Okay.
She does. Well,
shit.
He comes in. Patrick Bergen comes in, and he charms the family and all this with his lock and all this. But what he doesn't realize though is he's running into someone that maybe he's doing it for a reason. She just likes to hurt things because it's fun. So it's fun. It's interesting when these two run into each other.
Yeah. I've never even heard of that one, man.
Yeah. 2011. Check it out. It's a really good thriller.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Blackbird. Yeah, it's a girl about 15, 16 years old, and she makes a comment at one point in the film. I'm going to spoil it, but he's I want to help you. She tells him, she says, you kill people because you think you have to. I do what I do because I want to, because I like it.
Yeah.
Good show.
Yeah.
That's strong recommendation. Strong.
Okay.
Since nobody's really heard of it, there's really not much to talk about, is it?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, man.
We'll try the next one. But see, that's part of what that's about too. Is just showing people. Check this out. I mentioned it.
Good recommendations. Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
All right, Ninja.
Cool. This one, it's a bit of an odd one. It's based on a book, but it's Pontypool.
Yes, that one's great, dude.
Okay, I've heard of that. I've heard of it.
Up,
Never seen it, but
love that movie.
It's really good. Like it's set in a radio station, so you've got a very minimal cast. You've got Stephen McHattie and a few other people. I don't really know their names. And it's this virus that's transmitted via the English language.
Yeah, cool.
And it's just really intense. It's not completely gory, but some of the scenes where you're hearing things happening over the radio, it's just, I can't put it into words. It's like, which is ironic.
Holy shit.
The topic of it.
What's the name of it?
Pontypool.
Pontypool?
Yeah, it's really good. I've seen it before.
Hey, you gotta see what's up.
So it's like a virus that's spread through the English language. Is that what you said?
That's it. Yeah.
Damn, that's insane.
Yeah. I know. I wanted to get this on Blu-ray, but the asking price was ridiculous. So I'm just like,
right.
You know what? DVD's fine by me. It's one that I'll go back to probably every year or so, and just love it because Steve McHattie is fantastic. Like he's just got this presence about him, the way he talks, his voice is just amazing through it. Yeah, definitely recommend it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's 100%.
Yeah,
Got the Ginja.Ninja seal of approval.
It's the perfect example of less is more, because Ginge, you could probably say there's maybe 5 actors in the entire movie, 5 or 6 at most, and like Ginge said, there's not a lot of gore, but you're hearing it because it's the DJ and like the lady that works with him. They're hearing it over the airwaves, or you have one guy in the field. You know what I mean? Who is watching everything, and he's explaining to them what he's seen. So you're able to mix these images in your head. And that lead actor he was talking about, he's so good. He's so charismatic. He's kind of an asshole. I don't know if they were trying to do like a low key, like Howard Stern, but without the vulgarity. You know what I mean? But he's got a presence that like you want to listen to what he says. He's an asshole, but he's also the type of guy that you would listen to him and follow him in this situation. And the acting is so good in it.
There's also a very, like, one of the opening scene is just very surreal. It's like dark outside. You see some snow going across, and then just some random person appears on screen. It's just like, it really draws you in and gets you invested in what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
So,
I've heard of that title, man, and a lot of people, not a lot of people, but the people I heard talk about it said how great it is. I got to get on that one too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I might have all
kind of recommendations by the time the stream's over, man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be. I can see this being the problem because everyone's going to mention movies and it's be like, "Yep, there goes my week. I'm just going to be watching all these movies."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
There has not been a bad pick so far.
What was the name of the movie that you said, Dirk? I'm writing them down.
Oh, Howlin' 2.
Oh yeah, never mind. Okay. Yeah. I know what that one is. Okay.
Right.
Just got to remember, 17 times at the end of the movie. That's all.
I did say, man, it's not a great film, but you know, it's fun.
Hey, you like what you like, man. No shame.
Yeah. All right. What's your second pick, Dirk?
All right, man. So
I'm writing down all the ones I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So this one, like, I don't really hear people shit on it. It's just I don't hear people talk about it at all, ever. Like, not really ever, man. And that is 1932's White Zombie.
Oh,
I haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah. It's the very first damn zombie film ever. Yeah. I mean, it's a way different take on it. It's Bela Lugosi playing this. I mean, the damn name of the character he's playing, Murder Lagrange. I think that's his name, but Murder's his first name, and he's like this fucking voodoo alchemist. Who knows? It's kind of ambiguous in that sense, but the coach driver this couple comes to Haiti to get married at a plantation owner's home, and the coach driver, that's all his name is just the coach driver. So he's the first time you ever hear the word zombie in film, any film. So, and the actors, you can tell that they're all like, they came from the silent film era,
right?
Because they're real kind of wonky. I mean, they're not great. And they're borrowing sets from like Frankenstein and shit like that to make the film. But Bela Lugosi is the reason to watch White Zombie. Like,
what year was that? What year did it come out? Was it after Dracula?
1932.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like right after Dracula.
Yeah, and there's Talkies had just started a couple years before that. Year before that.
But he you know, a lot of people don't know about Bela Lugosi had an addiction problem and stuff.
Morphine.
But anyway, he said he only made $800 on this movie for this movie, and the director said that he gave him like $2,500 or whatever. But I don't know. But back then, I guess, you know, it's a way different take, man. It's more of the voodoo take on a zombie. These mindless people just walking around, but he does this shit with his hands like that. Like you see, like his hands do like this, and he's like controlling them like with powers and shit. You know, I don't know, man.
Well,
It's not for everybody. I know a
show.
lot of people don't like old cinema, but if you like,
you should give it a try, man, because there's a lot of really great old films.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a real cleaned up version from Kino. Real cleaned up, because the other prints are so dog shit, terrible, man. But you got a great commentary on it too.
Excellent.
It's pretty bare bones, but
nice pick.
Yeah, I recommend it, man. And I was gonna say that the special effects guy is Jack Pierce, so he did the special effects for Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Wolfman. Dracula, I think too. Could be wrong on that one. I know Bride of Frankenstein too. I think. But.
He's gonna do Creature, but his protege ended up stepping in and doing it instead. Right. They kind of let Pierce go. They kind of fucked Pierce, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's a high recommend though. Like I said, nobody ever talks about White Zombie.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but it was one of the first group of Universal monster films that I watched. I got a bunch of them, and this is back in the 90s, like recorded off TV on VHS, and it was like Dracula, Frankenstein, all those classic ones, and one of them was White Zombie, and I think that's kind of what got me, more interested in the older horror.
Yeah.
And it's always stuck with me, like the eyes, like his eyes in it are just mesmerizing, because essentially,
he's got those piercing type of eyes.
Yeah. I love Bela Lugosi, man, and you're right. I hadn't thought about it. No one does talk about it.
Right.
It's kind of crazy. Not many people talk about the old Universal or any of that shit anymore. I mean, they still mention it. And there was so many gems back then, like Body Snatcher with Boris Karloff is a great show, man. Boris Karloff is fucking unreal in that. The Black Cat with Lugosi and Karloff, that's fucking great too.
Yeah.
Great tension back then in those shows. All right, Eric.
All right. I took a chance on this one back when, if you remember when Netflix used to actually still send you the shit in the mail. Mm-hmm. I took a chance on this one just based on the cast alone, because it's a huge ensemble cast, and I ended up having a lot of fun with it. And again, no one ever talks about it. It's a movie called Sushi Girl.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I've
heard of that.
And this came out in it looks like it says 2013.
Okay.
And the plot is it's first off, it's got an ensemble cast. You got Tony Todd, you got Noah Hathaway from The Neverending Story, of all people. You have Mark Hamill, Michael Biehn, Danny Trejo, and then a bunch of other people are in it.
Holy shit.
Jeff Fahey's in it. Yeah. Sonny Chiba's in it. And what it is it's like a jewel heist gone wrong. And Noah Hathaway, he's the one that takes the fall, and he's in jail for however many years he's been in jail. He's finally gotten out, and everybody that was involved with that heist is meeting up at Tony Todd's mansion. And what it is Noah Hathaway thinks is, hey, welcome out or welcome home, you're out, let's celebrate. And it's called Sushi Girl because they're eating sushi on a naked Chinese woman. But what it ends up being is a very violent interrogation, because everyone thinks that no one knows where the missing jewels are. And it's very brutal. They end up tying him to a chair, the whole, sock full of quarters type of things they're beating him with. The reason why I think a lot of people should see this is if you grew up like me and Gore did, if you're a Star Wars fan, if you're a fan of Mark Hamill, this is Mark Hamill as I've never seen him. He's very effeminate. Okay. He is very prim and proper, but he's also very, very psychotic. He is probably the most dangerous man in this group of people. Damn. When it comes to the way he tortures Noah Hathaway. When it comes to, he just brings out a toolbox and gets to work, type of thing.
Oh, hell.
And what I like about this is I'm not a fan of non-linear movies. Tarantino does it all the time. I mean, once he did it, everybody did it. So I kind of got tired of it. The way this one does, I think it flows really well. And a lot of the cast is just cameos. Like Michael Bihn's in it 2 or 3 minutes. You know, Danny Trejo's in it for maybe 5. Sonny Chiba's in it for maybe 2. The main cast is Tony Todd and Noah and Mark Hamill. But everyone is on their best when it comes to the acting in this. You know, Tony, he's just sitting there watching it all happen, describing everything, but with his voice, you know what I mean? You can listen to that man read a fucking cookbook.
Oh yeah,
and he'll bring you in. He's so good.
That's where I thought that the new Candyman failed, was not using his voice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So no one talks about this. It looks like, you know, Corey Kingor, he's the only one that seems like in the chat has even heard of it. It's really, really good. And I highly recommend it. It's on Tubi a lot. So if you don't want to pay for it, you can watch it. And then I rented this from Netflix, and then I ended up buying the Blu-ray. So that tells you how much I really enjoy it. So
yeah. So is it real, like a lot of gore going on?
I wouldn't say. I mean, you get, you know, the usual squibs. You know when people are shot during the jewel heist. By the end of the movie, Noah Hathaway looks fucked, because I told you with like the sock full of quarters, his cheeks are shredded, and you do see a little bit of what Mark Hamill's doing to his fingers with the toolbox. You know what I mean? The torture stuff. That's why I like Mark Hamill. He's not over the top, you know, beating the guy to death. He's enjoying these slow towards trying to pull the information out of Noah. So, like I said, Keith, you grew up with Mark. You've never seen him like this.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. What year did it come out?
I've seen
the Blu-ray says 2013.
Okay. Yeah,
I've seen the title, but I seen the title and I was like, I wasn't expecting that to be behind that title. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. I wrote it down.
Yeah, it's only called Sushi Girl because they're eating. That's how they're celebrating. You know, him getting out the naked Asian woman with sushi strategically placed on her. That's why that's the title.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Adding it to the list.
You have these fun titles, and I got all these serious fucking titles. I'm with all my titles here, and it's like, damn, I ain't got nothing fun. All right. This is let me see, what year is this? This is 2006. It's The Dead Girl.
Okay.
This is a really good film. I came across this by accident. This has got a hell of a cast in it too. It's got Josh Brolin, Rose Byrne, Toni Collette, Bruce Davidson, James Franco, Marcia Gay Harden, Piper Laurie, Brittany Murphy, and Mary Steenburgen.
Damn.
You know, basically what it is it tells a story from like several different viewpoints. Basically, what has happened is Brittany Murphy is the dead girl. And it's kind of starts at the end, or at the kind of at the end, and works toward the beginning from many different angles. Toni Collette and her mom live together. They find the dead girl. You see, Marcia Gay Harden is the mother of the dead girl. She has an angle. You see, where's the woman? I can't remember the woman's name. Maybe it's Mary Beth, but she lives with the guy that is the serial killer that kills the girls. She they run like a storage unit, and he uses one of the storage units to keep his trophies in. She comes across it one day. Josh Brolin is the guy that's kind of sleeping with the dead girl because the dead girl is a prostitute.
Damn.
And it tells a really good story of how she ended up dead. And it's really good. I highly recommend this too. The Dead Girl.
So is it kind of like a mystery too element to it?
Sort of. You know, it's really strange because I mean you know what happened, but at the same time as shit is developing, it's still kind of a surprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you don't know all the details. I've never seen the story told quite like this one is told. Okay.
Like I said, it's got 4 or 5 different chapters, and all of the chapters are connected one way or another by somebody, by the people, either the people who found the body, the wife of the serial killer, the mother of the girl, who was sleeping with the girl, just all these different people and what they were doing up to the point where she got caught and killed by the serial killer.
Damn. Okay. I might have seen it, man. During those years, it was kind of bad. So it was kind of blurry.
I've never heard of it. Yeah.
2006. It's another one I highly recommend. I recommend this just about as much as I do the Bleeding.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And see if the chat says anything about it here. King Gore says, "Dude, the Dead Girl is a good one." See, King Gore has seen every fucking thing.
Yeah, he has.
Damn.
Yeah.
I have yet to surprise this motherfucker. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty good."
Mm-hmm.
I can pull anything out. All right, Ninja. I'm gonna go grab something real quick. You can go ahead and start if you want.
I'm gonna go with one which I really enjoyed. It's kind of a precursor, I feel, to a lot of those #Alive and its remake Alone, where it's a guy trapped in a apartment or something like that with a zombie apocalypse outside, and it's The Night Eats the World.
Okay.
The Night Eats the World?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's a hell of a title.
Yeah. It's set in France, and it's one guy pretty much for the whole film, and he's in an apartment in France, and zombie mayhem outside. It's, they're fast zombies, but they're good. There's just this feeling of isolation in it, because you watch him as he by himself struggles to survive through this, and it's very reminiscent to #Alive, but I think this one was a few years before it. When did this one come out? I don't know when it came out, but it's just the special effects are fantastic. The acting phenomenal. He goes to his apartment because he's breaking up with his girlfriend. His girlfriend's having a party. He just wants his tapes back. That's all he wants. He wants his tapes back. He falls asleep, and 2018, so pretty recent. And then when he wakes up, there's just this apartment's wrecked. There's blood on the wall, everything, and he goes outside, and all of a sudden, shit's hitting the fan. Locks himself in there, but he's got to survive by himself, and you feel that as he does it. It's really highly recommend The Night Eats World if you haven't seen it. If you like zombies, definitely.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I watched that with my son.
That's the first time I've heard of it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's if you like #Live or Rambok Berlin Undead, anything like that, anything where it seems like Pontypool and Night Eats the World are very similar, in which it's a very limited amount of actors. You don't have a huge cast in it. So you're kind of relying on that one person to draw you in, and their acting, how they feel. Very, very similar. In fact, they probably could have been set at the same time, if it wasn't 15 years after. But definitely. It's just a mind-blowing film. It's just intense all the way through. Even the slow parts, it's got this tension through it. So that's my one.
Cool. What Russell said, has anybody seen Cube, the original Cube? Oh hell yeah!
It's been a long time, but
I remember seeing it.
The original Cube, man. The original Cube set the tone. You know what I mean? There was 100 movies that almost just like it, tried to be just like it, but nobody captured it.
Right. And I didn't care for the sequel. There was a sequel, right? There was a couple of them. Yeah. I didn't like
my head.
I liked the first one though.
I think there was a prequel too called Cube Zero. Wasn't there?
Yeah.
And that was just weird.
There's also a Japanese remake on Netflix, I do believe. I watched it. I watched that with my son a couple months ago. The remake.
I've been meaning to check that out. Was it any good or?
It's all right. I've seen worse remakes. I'll put it that way. Okay. But I've seen a lot better remakes. I'll put it that way too.
It's just odd because usually it's it's a remake of a Japanese film, not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, they said,
it'll be interesting to see how they do it. Yeah.
They said, all right, then we'll just do yours. But they didn't do it as well. The original Cube still stands, man. It's the one. I love that black dude in the original one, man. He's fucking nutty as fuck. And he's just like,
oh, yeah.
It's been a long time, man, since I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it when it first come out, and I've seen it probably a few years after, but it's been a long time.
Remember, he's like a cop. And that woman's the fucking doctor, and they argue through that, and he drops her ass off that.
Who knows? There's different levels, right?
Ends, you know?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see a TV series called Forever Night?
I know of it. It's the vampire cop show, isn't it?
Yeah. It was the main actor in that, Gerard Wynn Davies. He's in the sequel of Cube, so he's in Cube 2 Hypercube. And if you want to see batshit crazy, he's batshit crazy.
I love to see characters like that, man. They're just like
over the
not
top.
quite over the top, but just almost there. It depends on the actor. If the actor can do over the top, then that works. If he can't, no.
Right.
He does over the top, but a really well done over the top.
Okay, good. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
All right. Is it your turn again, Dirk?
Yeah. Yeah, it's on me. Yeah. So I'm going with Lucio Fulci, man. 1990. Demonia.
Oh yeah. Nunsploitation done Fulci style.
Yeah, and it's a mixed bag, man. This one does get shit on.
It does.
Like Fulci fans shit all over this one. And
I know, man.
Fulci, he was trying to make a comeback, but I don't think he had the budget. But it's kind of like got a mix. Like I get vibes from Gates of Hell or City of the Living Dead, because there's a seance right at the beginning of the film.
Right.
The chick, Liza, Meg Register. Is that how you say it? I guess that's her name. Meg Register. She likes having seances and shit, and they're archaeologists. And anyway, you got that shit going on. There's another scene where they're breaking into a damn wall. That reminded me of The Psychic.
Right.
It's like Lucio Fulci's greatest hits in this fucking movie, right? So, that he threw in there. But you got these 5 nuns that are evil as hell, and they're like orgiastic nuns. So they have the orgies and shit. And there's a scene with that shit, and like they're real sweaty. And it's so fucking hilarious, man. The nun stabs the dude while she's having sex with him. She stabs him right here, right? And then like the next cut, the shit's over here in his neck, like she stabbed him in the, but it's on the side. It's thrown off. But and then there's a scene where the dude's running. He sees his son being dragged off by one of the nuns, and the son's like, "Help me, Papa!" and all this shit. And then he's like chasing, and then the next thing you know, the dude that's chasing, trying to get his son, he's like tied up between these 2 trees, and there's a rope. And he's telling his son, don't come. And he trips over the rope. And then the shit traps, rips the dude apart and shit, man. It's the gore is not like over the top gore, but there's some good gore.
I'm sold.
I can tell right from the beginning that he didn't have the same amount of money. I could tell as 2 minutes into the film, I could tell he did not have the money that he had at one time.
And
you know what I mean? With that one. You
got Al Cliver in there too from Zombie, and he's on a boat again. So he gets a harpoon death. It's I don't know, man. It's fun for me, man.
Yeah,
and if you try to make sense out of it, good luck. Because
you need to have a cover of the Blu-ray. If you're trying to make sense out of it, good luck.
Yeah,
that's just Fulci though, man. Fulci sometimes doesn't. You know what I mean? Fulci goes with the vibe and the feeling and the more than he goes for that.
Yeah,
he likes the whole the whole presentation.
Oh yeah, man.
I got a theme going on my YouTube channel for this year. Is once I'm done with talking Rocky, the rest of the year's movies I've never seen. You know what I mean? And I've never really gotten into Fulci, so he's going to be a major catalog that I'm going to jump into. Like the only one I've ever seen was The Beyond, and that's been decades. All I remember is the downer ending, and I remember there's like a giant spider attack.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all I remember. So I'm going to rewatch that.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in some. I'm going to throw in Zombie. What was it? Is it City of the Living Dead?
Yeah.
Is what it's called.
House by the Cemetery.
Yeah, so I'm gonna finally get dive into some Fulci. Let's see what it's all about.
Yeah, it's you know, if I had to pick between him and Argento, I'm going Fulci, but that's just me though. But
yeah.
See, Fulci's one of those directors. Like I've seen all the fucking posters, but I've never seen the films. You know what I mean? He's got those posters that just stick with you.
Right.
And but it's about time I finally get into seeing what he's done.
Yeah, he's done so many different genres, man. But this was he hoped this was going to be his comeback, but it just didn't hit like his other stuff, man. But yeah, I recommend it, man. If you're a Fulci fan, especially you haven't seen it, check it out. I mean,
yeah, it's definitely one that I've been meaning to check out. Like he's got such a huge catalog of films, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does.
I think I got up to Zombie 3 and kind of went, yeah, that's enough for me.
Well, Zombie 3 that's not truly all the way him.
Yeah,
that one.
It's not, and you can definitely see it. But his earlier stuff, like I'm all for that. Like I love The Beyond.
Yeah,
I think
Beyond's
that was my
actually my favorite
one that I saw.
Okay,
that's my favorite Fulci.
Yeah,
so
City of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, yeah.
This is the Street Show version. DVD.
Okay.
I've been meaning to upgrade it actually.
This is a hell of a release, man. By the way, I can show you right quick. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's pretty insane. Sorry, I'm not trying to.
No, dude.
It's
Yeah, I'm just looking through his catalog now, and jeez, so many I haven't seen.
Oh wow,
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy ass release, man. Got all kind of art cards and shit in here. Arrow did it big on this one, but yeah, this one gets a lot of shit though, for sure. But yeah, man.
All right.
Good. All right. Let's see here. All right. I'm gonna stick on with movies that I took a chance on with Netflix in the mail, and then I ended up buying them because I really, really enjoyed it. Another one from 2013, no one talks about or has even heard of, is 13 Sins.
Oh shit!
Oh, cool. Okay.
And not a big cast. The two big names would be Pruitt Taylor Vince, if you've heard of him, and Ron Perlman. Those are like the two big names, at least in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
And we are following the main character. He's played by this guy named Mark Webber, and he's newly engaged, and I think he just lost his job. You know what I mean? So we can't, you're going to get married. What are you going to tell your fiance? I just lost my job. We can't pay for the wedding. We can't pay for the house we just bought, all that bullshit. Man. And you find, and one day he's, contemplating everything, and he just gets a random phone call from a block number or one of those type of numbers, and he takes a chance. He says, what the fuck? I'll just answer it. And it's this mysterious voice, it reveals that it's been watching him the whole time. It's been watching him for weeks, so it knows his story. And it makes him an offer. I'll give you $25. There's a fly flying around he's in the car, and in the car, and he says, I'll give you $25 if you kill the fly. Okay. I'll give you $50 if you eat it. He eats it. And then the rest of this, he explains it. Well, we're going to give you 13 different categories, 13 different situations. And by the end of it, I think like the prize is like $100 million or something like that. And he's now having to decide, where morality ends. He's doing this for his wife, I believe she's pregnant, so a possible, a future child. But these things keep getting more and more violent, more and more creative. I think next he has to go to a public park, and he has to make a child cry. However he's got to do it, he's got to make the child cry in front of his parents. There's cops in the background type of thing. Oh,
shit.
And then it goes on and on and on until obviously there's, some murder involved and shit like that. But what is real creative is Pruitt Taylor Vince. He is someone who has survived the game, and he knows who these people are. And he tells Ron Perlman, who is like the FBI agent, who these people are, who they've, striked against, and this and that. And a really cool twist in this, like, this isn't a spoiler because I'm not going to spoil this type of movie. It's really good. But you find out that the main character, he's now competing with other people that are in this competition. And you find out, like, there's a scene, let's just say, where he finds out that he is at the same place of another person that is doing this. That other person has to kill somebody. He's got to save the victim.
Oh,
so
shit.
Type of thing. So it's
pit
really
them against
good.
Each other.
Yep, it's really good. It's really intense.
Mm-hmm.
I love the ending. The ending got me. I didn't expect it. Highly, highly recommend it. Great performances. It's not a Ron Perlman movie. He's in it maybe 20 minutes, if that. But, he's like the biggest. What I like is, since he's the biggest name, a lot of it relies on unknowns to me. So you're not relying on star power. You're relying on performances. You're relying on creativity. And a lot of this is, oh shit moments. What's he going to do? How is he going to get out of this? Like there is a scene, I won't spoil, where he's got to do something at his wedding reception in front of everybody. And of course he cannot say why he's doing this, or else we hang up, we deny everything, you'll never find us type of deal. So 13 Sins, 2013, highly, highly recommend it.
Okay. Hell yeah, man.
It's on Tubi a lot. So it's another one you can find for free if you want to watch it.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure I've seen that one. I remember it being really, really good.
Yeah, like I said, I watched it, I got it in the mail, and then I bought the DVD because I really liked it a lot.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna find the damn date. I can't find the date on this date. Do you hate that when you can't find the date on it? All right, here it is. I'm gonna go one year before, Eric. I'm gonna go 2012, and I'm gonna go with Friedkin.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with Killer Joe.
I've heard of it.
Oh yeah.
I've been meaning to watch that, man. Believe it or not, I've been meaning to watch that. People keep telling me, gotta see it.
Damn good.
Yeah.
What it's about is Killer Joe is Matthew McConaughey, and in what I think is one of his greatest performances. And he's also a hitman. There's a really dysfunctional family, and it has let's see, I'm trying to see. God, this is one of those ones that's really hard to fucking see. It has
Is he like he is in TCM4?
He's real calm and real collected.
Okay.
And less, you know what I mean? It's one point in the movie where he fucking loses it. It's got Thomas Hayden Church plays the dad of this family that lives in this trailer, and Emily Hirsch. Where is it? Where's he? Trying to find the name. Where is that kid, man? Hold on. Let me find him. I can't find the fucking name of the kid, man. I can't remember. If anybody remembers his name, tell me. Be younger when the one that gets in all the goddamn trouble.
I've never seen the movie. I don't know.
Shit. Well, I was talking about like the chat or whatever. Why wouldn't it have his name on here? But, it doesn't though. It does not have his name on here. But anyway, he's been in a lot of shit. He owes money to this guy, this criminal around town that's a drug dealer or whatever. Well, he loses the drugs somehow, and he ends up owing the guy a lot of money. Well, he's the son to Thomas Hayden Church and his stepmom. This other woman, this woman has so much class that she answers the door in just a shirt with no pants on. With her, she's standing right there, and her stepkid with a fucking full face full of her hairy fucking butt. So he's
how you doing?
he comes in going, Dad, she has to answer the door, or Bush staring me right in the face,
Yeah.
But anyway, they're really fucking dysfunctional. And so what is happening is he needs the money. They don't like his real mom, his dad's ex-wife and his mom and his sister's mom. So he decides, she's got this big insurance policy, so let's offer her. Well, so they decide to hire Killer Joe. Killer Joe wants the money down. He ain't fucking around. He ain't going to get the money out. He wants at least a big payment down. Well, they don't have that. So he takes a liking to the sister that's only like 16 years old, Killer Joe does.
Oh,
so
man.
he says, well, instead of that, I'll take that. So they allow him to have that. And it ends up being a real personal thing. They all get caught in there, and then, I won't spoil it, but the ending to this, you really see Matthew McConaughey and his greatest psychotic fucking performance, man. He may have ever done. It's fucking excellent. Killer Joe, a great, overlooked, underrated William Friedkin film.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
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 Definitely gonna check that out.
Oh, definitely, man.
One of my favorites that McConaughey was in was Frailty. I think he's really scary and really subtle in that one too.
Everybody's great in that, man. That's one of Paxton's best too. Frailty's one that I thought about bringing the last 3 weeks, but that's too obvious, so I'll wait a while.
Yeah,
because most people seen it, and it's not underrated. Anyone that's seen it knows it's damn good.
Yeah, it is.
You can't see Frailty and say it sucks. So I'd be like, what?
Yeah, you be out your damn mind.
You're watching the same movie?
Right.
Whether you love it or not, whether you love it as much as me or not, you can't sit there and say it sucks. I mean, come on.
Right.
Great. It's very well done. But yes,
very
great Friedkin film. Killer Joe, starring Matthew McConaughey. Don't see him churching that one fucking kid that I can't think of.
I gotta get on it.
One of the main stars of the show, and he's not even on the goddamn thing. It's like you don't write down one of the main stars.
Right.
They're probably just banking on McConaughey's name, is what it was.
Yeah.
With the cover art and stuff.
You see how big his face was on the cover, yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
But yeah, Killer Joe.
Okay, this one, I feel it's underrated. I feel it doesn't get talked about a lot, but I think it's one of the better ones in the series. Return of the Living Dead Part 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still need to see that one.
Yeah. I've seen it. It's been a while.
That is a good one. It's different, but it's good.
Brian Usner, and the special effects spot on. I love Return of the Living Dead. I love it.
Yeah.
Then they brought out the sequel, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, this goofy and I just it's not bad, but it's nothing compared to the first one. And this just brings it back.
Okay.
Like to that kind of scary zombie. And I mean, Melinda Clarke on the front cover and piercings and goth girl, vibe, and
she's more
93, so amazing.
She's more like sexual zombie too, right? In a way.
Very.
Right. If I remember right.
Kind of Linnea Quigley vibes. You know how that scene Return of the Dead, how she's walking along. Yeah, but I mean, there's like she obviously plays a bigger part in this, and not just a zombie. But there's also a bit of it's a love story as well. Romeo and Juliet almost. The special effects outstanding. Like the physical zombie effects look great. And I mean, if you've seen Reanimator, Brian Usner, like his effects, like the work that he does in all his films, just top notch. Like especially in this era. Like early 90s stuff. Can't get past it. So and it's when I saw this available as Region B, I'm like, yep, done. So I'm getting it. And I've not looked back on it.
Thank you, Russell. Hang on just a minute, guys. Russell just posted $2, so thank you very much, Russell. I much appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Let me here, let's which one should I do? Here we go. We'll do the weasel.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know when I first watched this. It would have been probably 94, so it would have been time.
I remember renting it, man. That's when I first seen it. Was it had to be VHS days.
Definitely. But I mean, it got a lot of airplay in my place.
No, when you say it kind of brings it back to the first one, what do you mean? Like, is it more horror? Is it more rock and roll? Is it how? What do you mean by that?
Very rock and roll, very horror. Like it's got that grungy goth feel, whereas
and they took all the slapstick from the second one away. You know what I mean? They pushed all the shit that happened in the second one to the side, and they went more some real zombie shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's also just the second one focuses on the kids more than the adults, whereas this goes back to they're more the teens in the first film, so it's more focused on. I guess when I first watched, I would have been around. Yeah, I was in that age group when I was watching this, so that's probably why it resonated with me more so. Plus, I just come off of watching, I think Bride of Reanimator was a couple of years before that, maybe.
Reanimator.
And I
anything.
I remember seeing her like that's the way she looks is disturbing, but it's still hot. It's just so weird.
That's true. Yeah. Part 2, man. That was something else. What really put part 2 over the top for me is when they're inside the electric company fence thing there, right?
Yeah.
And they're going electrocuted, and fucking Michael Jackson dances across it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all. That's it for me.
Yeah, I just couldn't get some of the. Don't get me wrong, some of the special effects in number 2 were good. Like some of the zombie effects were really good. But the story itself, the Tarman, like for what it was in there, it looked good. This one, the Tarman's not in it, but anything after 2, I even don't mind 4 and 5, and they get shit on a lot. I mean, Peter Coyote's in the 4th one, I think. And he's a pretty good actor. So
I think I stopped at 3, but I don't think I've seen 4 or 5. I'm not sure though. I might have seen it.
4's got more of a Return of the Living Dead 3 vibe to it. 5 is just it's not great, but it's very goofy.
Like Necropolis or something, isn't it?
Necropolis is 4, and then Rave to the Grave is 5, and zombies are my favorite subgenre of horror. Like, I've mentally blocked 5.
Oh wow!
I've mentally blocked it.
Right.
I love the opening in the 4th one where it's Peter Coyote and he goes to get the trioxin, but it's in Chernobyl. And just the opening scene of that, it just really ties it all together. It's quite good. But look, Return of the Living Dead 3 is where it's at. Like they peaked with 1, dropped with 2, and then they brought it back with this one. This was just sexy and fun and gory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get the screwdriver out of my damn head.
Yeah. I remember that shit. I liked it when I was a kid, man. That shit was funny.
Yeah, it was funny as fuck. Like, I seen it. I was like, oh my god, the fucking head's bitching at it.
Right.
Yeah, I always went like when it was 1 and 2 that was out. I watched 2 and I enjoyed it for what it was, but I always went back to 1 because it had that there was a terror about it. And it's the same with this one. There isn't.
It's just a special film.
Yeah,
it really is.
There's definitely still an underlying terror with this one more so than the second one because that one's just goofy as shit.
I have watched that one with both of you guys at 2 different times. So you know what I mean? The 3 of us definitely share the original Return of the Living Dead love for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've done watch along with Eric first, and then I end up doing it with Ninja, and we've been talking about it. You know what I mean? It's just it's just one of those special things. It really is.
Well, I mean, Return of the Living Dead 1, like. I watched it. I watched it last year for my birthday, and then I went and saw it in the cinema as well. It's just that good, and I would do it with Return of the Dead 3 as well.
Right. It's right.
Go ahead. Well, I was gonna say I've told this story before. I seen it in '85 when it came on at the theater because we went to go see Day of the Dead, and they wouldn't let me in even with my mom to see Day of the Dead. So we walked over to another place, another cinema called Rain Street Plaza that was playing Return of the Living Dead, and that's how I ended up seeing it. So I definitely didn't lose out.
Yeah. I
missed Day of the Dead, but I got to see Return of the Living Dead. So, you know what I mean? You can take a toss-up. You know, a lot of people argue over which one of those is, better.
That's a good question, Mike. Yeah. What would you rather watch if you... Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's Linnea quickly getting a kid off.
Trash is getting naked again.
Yeah.
Definitely scores points. Have you ever fantasized about being killed? Yeah.
Right.
About the most horrible way to die.
Send more paramedics.
Send more cops.
Lots of fun.
It is, man. There's so many quotable things in that film. It's just on and on and on, man. It really is. It's got so many great things about it. They really caught lightning in a bottle with that first one. It's so hard to do in filmmaking.
That was another one late night watching HBO. The first time I seen it, late at night, way back in the day. Yeah.
All right, Dirk.
All right, man. So this is 2007. I already talked about Fulci a little bit. So this is it's a later Argento. So this is Mater Lacrimarum, Mother of Tears, the third installment. Oh shit.
Yep.
The third part. Yeah.
Damn. I can go with something else, man. You want?
No. Look, this was in my backup pile just in case. So yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Mater Lacrimarum, the third installment of the Three Mothers trilogy. It's got it. So I got to do it on this one. Asia Argento is Sandy Mandy. Daria Nicolodi is Elisa Mandy, her mother, which is her mother in real life too. So
right. Yeah.
Then you got Udo Kier in this motherfucker,
of course,
playing Padre Johannes. You got Moran Atlas, which is the most beautiful of the three mothers, which she's supposed to be. The other two mothers they've died. So I'm just glad that they actually made this film to complete the trilogy. A lot of people shit on it. They hate it, whatever. I dig it. It's got the most gore. I think the stakes are higher. Yeah. I think, like the end of the world shit, like gives me like the Omen vibes in a way, like Omen 3 especially. Like, especially like when the mother's got the baby and she just starts crying and shit, just throws her baby off the bridge. It's like, what the fuck is going on, man? I mean, they don't hold back. They don't hold back, man. I know it's crazy, but so basically the plot of it's the Catholic Church has dug up this 19th century church figure, and he had a urn buried with him, and then they ship it off. A priest ships it off to a museum in Rome, like an ancient museum. Aja character, I forgot to mention Coralina Cartati. Damn, she's in Demons too.
Right.
Coralina Cardi, whatever.
Right.
So they start cracking the thing open, and they find like 3 statues, a dagger, this magical tunic thing, and shit. It's like all hell breaks loose then, and it's like, man, I think the only thing that hurts the film probably is the end. It ends so abruptly.
Yeah.
But all 3 of the films do that shit. They all end up abruptly, but yeah, I really dig. What is it?
I think this is the only time that we've disagreed. Good cast, bad film. Man, this thing felt like it was 4 hours long. I didn't think it was ever going to end.
Oh man.
And I was so disappointed because I was waiting so long for that third part of that, and and I hate that I didn't like it, but I just didn't, man. It seemed so long. It just didn't have any of the magic of Inferno or Suspiria.
No, it's nothing. It's the weakest of the 3, but I will say the Mother of Tears is the most vicious and the most wickedest. Right. I feel like it's, man, you get a spear kill in a vagina.
Oh,
right.
That goes out the chick's mouth. I mean, it's some crazy shit goes on. That's one, man. Like,
I've been meaning to give it another shot. It's kind of like for me, it's kind of like Videodrome. I've been meaning to watch it again because I'm not big on Videodrome, but I haven't seen it since it came out. So
Right.
I may look at it completely different now. It's been a long time. So
Now,
I'll check out Mother of Tears again because
I'm just glad that the trilogy's completed. It kind of explains a little more too in this one, like as far as so it mentions Susie Bannion from Suspiria,
right.
and in
Just
a lot Sarah Mandy, which is Aja's character, her mother hurt Mother Suspiriorum or Mater Suspiriorum. She hurt her, wounded her really good. So it explains that shit. And then it says that Susie Bannion kind of finished her off, So I do like that shit. I mean, if you start I think it's not Aja's best performance, but I don't know, man. I've seen it probably 5 times now, so it got better each watch. So
I need to give it another try.
Yeah, I might have made myself like it more. I don't know.
I think you should always do that because some of my favorite films have come on my second or third view. You know what I mean? It's really strange that way movies are.
Yeah, man. But I did like it the first go, but at the end, I just, I don't know. It happens real abrupt, like I said. That's the only thing that is lacking. And
that's an interesting comment. I don't know who that is, but hey, if you guys are watching it naked, whatever, man.
As long as you get the views, you don't care.
Yeah, man.
As long as you hit that like button.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm not wearing pants. Does that count?
Yeah.
Hey, whatever. Man.
But yeah, man. It's like I said, it's not the greatest of the three by no means. And they go in order. Just Suspiria is the masterpiece. Inferno's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Mother of Tears is solid to me, in my opinion. But
a lot of people prefer Inferno over Suspiria, actually.
Yeah. Inferno.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Movie-wise, you know what I mean? Suspiria's you're not going to get a better. You're not going to get a better vibe or a better atmosphere for what they was looking for than Suspiria. It's impossible. But you can get a better film. You know what I mean? Which is what people say about Inferno sometimes.
Yeah, there's some great shit in Inferno, man. And that is the Mother of Tears in Inferno. Like that one scene in the classroom. That's the Mother of Tears comes in the classroom. But yeah, sorry, man. I didn't mean to go on and on about it.
Oh, it's going good, too.
No, man. That's what it's all about, man. That's what I want it to be.
It is an easy movie.
Okay. Why don't
I was just going to say it. I don't know. I reckon you should give it another shot, man, because it's definitely does. I think it does go it feels like it does go for a long time, but there is that when you're watching it, there's that you see the things happening in the background, like the end of the world stuff is just absolutely batshit crazy.
Yeah,
and it just expands the whole world. Like if you've watched the first two, and then later on they come out with this one. This one was what 20 years after Inferno, somewhere.
2007.
It was a while.
Yeah, Inferno came out in 81.
Yeah, a long time. So
yeah.
To take everything from Inferno and then expand it in this in this one, they've done a really good job, and I think Asia was probably a second best role for me.
Okay,
but yeah, it's Land of the Dead's best.
Yeah, man. Like I said, there's characters in the film that you're like, you don't expect they're gonna get it. And that's all I'll say. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but there's some nasty shit in this movie. It's holy shit. But
and that definitely makes me want to see it again.
Yeah, man. I recommend watching in order. Like if you got time, watch all 3 of them, and then I've done it before, and I appreciate it a lot more. But
Dirk, do you kind of get the Ninth Gate vibe from it as well?
Yeah, it does feel like the Ninth Gate in a way. Yeah.
Just making sure it wasn't me, because I definitely.
Now that you mentioned it, yeah, for sure.
Eric,
I got to take a break for just a second, man. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Something to drink. Just a second.
Okay. I'm definitely going to be writing a lot of these down because I've never really given Argento a shot. I've watched one Argento film, and I don't know if I was in the wrong mood or not, but it was Phenomena, and I wasn't a fan of that one. It was just, and it could have been because it was the American dub version too, because they have weird, like they were throwing an Iron Maiden in there for some reason, and it was just too over the top for me, too weird. And a lot of people are telling me that just because I was soured on Argento for one film, I shouldn't like give up on him, because everyone tells me I need to watch Suspiria, but a lot of people are saying I should probably start with Inferno over Suspiria, because a lot of people say Suspiria is more style than substance. You know, it looks pretty, and that's what a lot of people are praising Suspiria for more than the actual film itself.
Yeah, I guess I can definitely see that. Inferno, I don't have in my collection. I do want to add it to my collection just to complete that trilogy. But, Suspiria, I haven't seen Suspiria in years. Phenomena, I love that growing up like that. I just felt like it was creepy and,
Doing great. How you doing, man?
It's just creepy. Like Jennifer Connelly, Bugs, Donald Pleasance, creepy. That's it.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it another shot. Like I said, I might not have been in the right mood, and like Keith said, it takes a second watching sometime to actually enjoy a film.
And sometimes it ends up being one of your favorites. You know what I mean? You end up loving it.
Yeah. So it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird following up, throwing babies off of bridges and spears and vaginas with the movie I'm going to talk about. But we're gonna go back to the cheesy horror stuff, the funny horror stuff, just for me. Corey, if you're still in the chat, this is another one that he did a live stream of watch along, and I was digging Trenchy Soulless Trenchcoat first time watching. This was a film that I woke up to, like, you're a kid, it's hot, you're sleeping in the living room type of thing, because that's where the air conditioner is, and we had HBO on, and I fell asleep, and I woke up to this movie like halfway through. But with what I loved about HBO is their schedule never fucking changed. It's Saturday at this time in the morning, it's always this movie. Sunday, it's always this movie. So I made sure I set my alarm. I'm talking about from 1993 with Randy Quaid, Freaked.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Now, what this is about, I'll take the slipcover off because it's a lot. You see all the different freak show creatures.
Yeah.
What this is about is Alex Winter, from Bill and Ted and the Lost Boys, stuff like that. He plays a former child star named Ricky Coogan. And I'm sure they got the nickname Coogan, or last name Coogan, from like Jackie Coogan and Keith Coogan, those child actors. And he's pretty much one of those type of former child actors that'll do anything for the money. So this company sends him to some bumfuck out in the middle of nowhere island, to promote something. And he meets up with, or he brings along his friend Michael Stroyanoff, and while they're there, they meet a woman who is like protesting toxic waste and stuff like that. And when they're going, they meet up and they're going from point A to point B, and they decide to stop at this freak show, which is run by Randy Quaid. And what happens is he kidnaps them, turns them into freaks, and the rest of the movie is them trying to find a way to become normal again and then get home while, exposing Randy Quaid. And what it is, it's just a lot of slapstick visual gags. You have to pay attention to the background, and it's so much fucking fun. The cast is hilarious. You have Mr. T as the bearded woman.
Oh, shit.
Macho Mr. T, and, he's the bearded woman. There's a scene where they show how he was convinced to join the freak show. And, like, he's this big, burly trucker, you know what I mean? He drives the truck into the area, and Randy Quaid literally just walks up to him. He's like, man, you're a big macho guy. You ever think about what it would be like to be without a penis? And Mr. T's just about ready to find him. He's like, but you can keep the beard. And he's like, oh, yeah, sure, let's go. So they turn him into a freak. You have Bobcat Goldthwait voicing a character that his head is literally like a sock puppet out of Sesame Street. It's like it literally has like the Cookie Monster googly eyes and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun. Keanu Reeves is in it. It's like a Bill and Ted reunion. Keanu Reeves plays Ortiz, the dog face boy, and he's got this fake Spanish accent. William Sadler, who played Death in Bogus Journey, he's in it too as this slimy executive. Deep Roy's in it, if you know him. Brooke Shields is in it. She is the TV. She's the TV host, like telling, having Ricky on to tell his story. It came out 93, so it had early like MTV animation, if you remember Liquid Television. So it had all that type of stuff. So a lot of the transformation scenes are that. It's claymation, Liquid Television transformation scenes.
Oh hell.
And it's stupid as fuck, but it's a lot of fun. For you collectors out there, you can find this version on eBay. I mean, you can get the Blu-ray real cheap on Amazon, but it's bare bones, like bare. I don't even think it has a trailer. You can find this. It's a double disc DVD, maybe. I mean, if you look, you can find it real cheap on eBay.
Yeah.
The second disc has a lot of Alex Winter's short films, because he also is a director, and it also has the cast read along. So, they start from the very first scene all the way up to the end, and it has every single actor except Mr. T. Mr. T was like, fuck it, I wasn't going to do that type of thing. But Keanu Reeves is there reading along with them.
Holy shit.
And Alex Winter is in full makeup. And it's hard to see here, but that's him in the middle. So he kind of looks like Two-Face mixed with a gremlin. That's
I can tell it's him, yeah.
But you have, there's Bobcat Goldthwait is the sock puppet. They have a man, literally a cowboy, but he's a cow. The animatronics on him are really, really good. It's a lot of fun. No one talks about it or has even heard of it, to my knowledge, unless you someone who loves the weird, obscure, stupid shit. Highly recommend it. Lots of fun. But like I said, it also requires, you to pay attention, because a lot of it is visual gags, like The Naked Gun. You know what I mean? So you can miss a lot of the humor in it.
Okay, cool. So it's like that same tone then, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, one of the podcasts I listened to over in Australia, they were talking about Free not too long ago.
Really?
They actually got it on a VHS copy of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I'm like, I remember this movie. It's definitely good. Like the special effects, like you said, they stand out to me. Like I'm trying to picture some of the things in it that I saw, because I have not seen it in so long.
They have like the Randy Quaid's guards are these little living eyeballs with little legs and guns that walk, and it's just little people in costumes, but the eyeballs look they're so oversized, and it's really, really cool just to see. Like, you can tell this is low budget, but there's a lot of effort put into it to make it look good. You know what I mean? It's not like a trauma film where they try to stretch $2 and it looks like shit. This is where they have like maybe $350 and they make it look good. But again, it's also smart humor. How do they get away from the eyeballs that are security guards? They literally scoop up dirt off the ground and throw it at them, so they're blinded, type of thing, so they can run away. So it's smart, goofy humor like that. You know what I mean? That you can maybe appreciate more as an adult, because the jokes hit, and you have to get those type of things.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Great choice. Great pick.
Yeah, man.
I love how all four of us have completely different kinds of films. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
We have four completely different things going on. You know what I mean? That's interesting. Like this year, let me see. 2012 again. That's weird. You had two 2013s and I got two 2012. And this is really obscure. I don't know many people know this. It's called I Didn't Come Here to Die.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. Yeah.
It's low budget. What it is they get all these people together for like to teach them how to be like church camp I don't know, leaders or whatever. Or, to take kids from like the church or whatever out and teach them how to camp and all that kind of shit. Well, they go out to train on this and they'll go out there here in this van. And I've never seen any of the actors before. You got names like, let me see here. Yeah, names like Dana Adams, Kurt Cole, Maddie Goff, Nikki Red Star, Emmy Robin, Jeremy Vander Mouse or whatever. So you never heard any of these people. But what's funny about it is they all kind of sneak some alcohol in, and this one chick does, and they end up drinking a little bit of it, and from then on, from that first night on, the whole next day, there's an accident that happens, and then things just happen, just one after the other, to each one of these fucking people. While they're, you know what I mean? It's low budget, but it is fun. I wouldn't say that everyone's gonna like it, but I would say a weird, obscure horror fan will.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't come here to die. I like the title too.
It's definitely it's probably not for everybody, but it's the kind of thing that I like.
I like how it's got a bunch, kind of like what I said was with 13 Sins. I like how it's got a cast that I hate to say this word, pretty much nobodies. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's definitely the wrong word, but you know what I'm trying to say is it's not relying on a big name.
Unknowns. Yeah.
There you go.
You
That's
didn't see
much
him
better.
before, you haven't seen him since. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what can make a good movie is also you're not relying on star power. You know, that way these people have to act and have to draw you in on their talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Thanks, Gabe, man. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's it's just weird. We got 4 completely different kinds of films going on. Like Ninja's next. Now watch, you'll have something completely different than what you showed and what you just showed.
Right.
All right.
All right, pressure's on, Ginja.
I hope I didn't take one of your picks, though, man.
No. Like I said,
welcome.
I made sure I had like a bunch of them just so that way, if anything, so I thought chances are someone's going to pick something.
Yeah,
it's going to happen, and it happened with a good movie, so I'm not complaining.
Cool.
The one that I'm picking, The Prophecy.
Oh, that's a good one. Good choice.
Yeah.
Prophecy. Yeah.
This one,
man,
so good. Like the first one has a great cast. Like you've got Christopher Walken, Viggo Mortensen,
yes,
Eric Stoltz, Virginia Madsen, and no one talks about it.
Right.
Like
Viggo plays Lucifer. I mean, he's in the movie 5 minutes, if that, and he steals the scenes from Christopher Walken, and that's a lot to do. You know, that takes a lot of talent to do. And this is pre-Lord of the Rings Viggo too.
Yeah.
It's just did a really nice Vinegar Syndrome. I think Vinegar Syndrome did a really nice collection of the Prophecy movies.
Yeah.
I do believe.
Well, this is Viavision, and it's all 5 movies. Comes with the postcards and everything. Like, it's a great set. And, I mean, that first movie, like I've seen the first 2. I have not seen the final 3 movies, and I imagine they're that good. But that first one, like, it's just creepy and effective. It's the religious, you know, it's obviously a very religious film, but the tone of it is just really good.
Is the sequel really
good? Probably not. I know the second one was okay. I didn't mind it. It had Christopher Walken in it again. Yeah. I think the 3rd, 4th, and 5th one don't have him in it.
I think he's in the 3rd one. It's 4 and 5. He's not in.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, it kind of went. Yeah, let's just. Yeah, hey, here's money. Just make a movie and whatever.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the 3rd, 4th, and 5th one, so I don't want to judge them for something I haven't seen.
I didn't.
But the first 2 are fine.
Yeah, I didn't hate 2, but the first one's definitely the strongest.
Oh yeah.
What I love about the original one is it. You know, it might be a weird thing for me, but Elias Koteas is the main star, and he's this character actor. Like he's one of those, hey, it's that guy actors. You know what I mean? He shows up for 5 minutes, like, you know, he's Casey Jones in Ninja Turtles, or he's the homeless victim in Apt Pupil, or he's like in Gattaca for like the first 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, or he's that crazy. He's that crazy dude in Crash.
Or he's the serial killer in Fallen with Denzel Washington in the very beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is great because he's got a starring role. You know what I mean? He's really fucking good. And he's a very underrated actor, I think.
Yeah. I actually just watched him the other night in The Fourth Kind.
Okay. Is that the one with Mila Jovovich?
That's the one, yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
He always reminds me of like he could be he could be related to De Niro or something.
You know? Yeah. But yeah, you mentioned you mentioned him as Casey Jones. I keep forgetting he was Casey Jones.
Yeah, I forgot all about that shit too, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Long hair and everything, because now every time I see him, he's like, got a close cropped haircut, and he's like older, so he's playing the police officer. He's playing something like that. But yeah, really underrated actor. But yeah, I guess the film to me, like it's always been on my always watch list.
Another good thing is
forward to checking out sequels.
What I like about The Prophecy is this is Christopher Walken before he kind of became a parody of himself. You know what I mean? You know, where he's so over the top, and he knows about the parodies and stuff like that. He's very cold and calculating and scary in The Prophecy.
I was just getting ready to say this was Christopher Walken back in the day when he was still whatever he was in, you knew was serious. You know, whatever he was in, you knew was probably good, and you knew it was going to be a serious ass fucking cool role. You know, that was back when you did that shit like at close range and shit like that. Yeah.
Deer Hunter, Dead Zone.
Oh yeah, Deer Hunter. Hell yeah.
Good choice, Ginja.
Damn good film. But yeah, man.
Yeah, it's not talked about very much either. I mean, every now and then you'll get somebody say something, but not much.
It's been a while, man. I'll check it out. I need to check it out because I know. I know VS just put out like a 3 set. Is that the VS?
This is Viavision.
Oh, Viavision. Okay.
Yeah. That's on Australian company, isn't it?
Yeah. So they all my lenticular covers, like I've picked up a few from them recently. The Wolf Creek one, that one's from them as well. But they do some really good quality ones. So
yeah, they're the ones that did Wolf Creek, didn't they?
Yeah.
I need to get that, by the way, Wolf Creek.
Yeah, Ninja got 2 of them and sent me one. It was very, very cool.
Yeah.
It's a very nice set. All right, Dirk.
Yeah, man. Okay, so we're gonna go with 1981's Possession.
Oh God, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Oh,
and this shit is open for interpretation, abstract, fucking surreal. But every time I watch it, it unlocks something else. It's crazy. So it's a film. It was filmed in Berlin before the wall was taken down. So automatically, like when the film starts, it focuses in on the wall. So automatically you're getting that division vibe. So that's what I really get from the film is the film's about division. It's about this man, Sam Neill's playing this guy, Mark. He's been away. He's a spy, but the film's nothing to do with that. But he's been away for a while. He comes home, his wife and kid, and realizes she don't want anything to do with it. And she wants a divorce. And she's swearing to him that there's not another guy. And then there is another guy. But then there's something else too. But like, I think a lot of that is, it's very abstract, very surreal. I don't think that some of the things that you're seeing in the film is like physical, you know?
Yeah.
There's doppelgangers in the film too. And what I get from that is it's like there's a doppelganger of the husband and the wife. And what I'm getting from that is they each have, like, when they see that doppelganger, that's what they want the other one to be in the marriage. It's a very deep, heavy level layered fucking film, man. It's, you know, it is a horror film. Yeah. Hell yeah. It is a horror film, I guess you could say, but there's some psychological shit going on too. The subway scene is fucking amazing. And I can't go without saying Isabella Johnny is the standout amazing performance in this film. it's just mind
You know what's
blowing how
crazy?
good she
You know
is.
what's crazy about her, Dirk, man, is at the beginning of the film, you got Sam Neill that plays the husband. He comes home, he's the spy, Sam Neill.
Yeah.
He comes in and you feel for him so badly because he's been fucked over and he's just completely crushed and brokenhearted. And you hate this bitch because why the fuck did you do this?
Yeah.
Yet you can't resist her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yet you cannot resist. You hate her until you see her, and then you see how she is and shit. And for some reason, you just, I don't know, you stop being able to hate her so much. You just can't, like you want to. So you can kind of feel where he's coming from. You know what I mean? Because you know she broke this man. I mean, he at one point toward the beginning, he's rolled up in a ball like the fetal position on the floor.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
Heavy drinking, and he's just crushed. Like she just destroyed his whole world. Like he's telling her, he's talking to her while they're in bed, and he's telling her something, and then he's like, "You're not interested, are you?" She's like, "No." Like just cold-blooded bitch, man. But
she's irresistible. You know?
Yeah, but her but she's also sinking into madness.
Mm-hmm.
So her madness is contagious. Right. So that's all I'll say. I'm not going to ruin the film. I don't think you can ruin the film.
You have to. It's definitely more than one view film. You got to see it more than one.
You got to see it multiple times too. Because every time I've seen it, man, I get more from it. You know.
I'm going to throw it out there, but I have not seen it.
Neither have I.
Okay.
So I'm definitely putting it on my list. There's been a recent surgence of the film. Like I've seen it more recently than I ever had previously. Like a lot of people are talking about. I know it's just had a release from Umbrella.
Yeah.
It seems like it's definitely worth one checking out. Yeah.
I got it scheduled on my Extreme Theater from about a month from now. I'm going to do it on Extreme Theater.
Yeah, man.
I was sold when you just mentioned Sam Neill was in it. You know, I'll watch anything with him.
Okay. Yeah. But he does a great job. He does a great job. And by the way, the director, Andrew Zalowski, he was going through a divorce while he was making the film. So like it's 100% emotion in these characters, man. But it's so fucking weird too. It's a weird fucking movie, man, too. I'm just warning y'all. So you know what you're getting into. But high recommendation, man. That's my
really good one.
Possession.
Yeah, I have the let's see, what one is this? What version is this? Oh fuck.
This is the Blu-ray. I know Umbrella just put out a 4K too for this.
Yeah.
This is
I'm just looking at it now.
I'm trying to figure out the goddamn god damn it. It's got the soundtrack, this got the 4K, this got the Blu-ray.
Damn.
Jeez.
But I don't. Who in the fuck is that? It's got that kitty cat on.
Oh shit, I don't know, man.
I've never seen that before.
Right.
It must be an import, huh?
It's fuck, man. I knew it one time, but you know that was the thing.
What's it got in the actual case? Like, what's actually in it? You've got slipcase, book, art cards.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's got.
You should have the soundtrack in it.
Yeah, it's got the soundtrack. It's got the Blu-ray. It's got the 4K.
Okay.
Bonus disc. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me what one this is. Usually, I would know. But yeah, it's from the kitty cat.
Yeah. No, because I'm looking at Umbrella and they've got one. It's a Possession Collector's Edition, 4K Blu-ray, rigid case, slipcase, book, art cards, and poster.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, because it's got that hard case, but obviously I thought maybe it was rebranded as Umbrella or the kitty cat one, whatever company that is.
This is a German. I do know. Okay. This is French. This is French.
Okay. Hell yeah.
So it's the French one. All right, Eric.
It's weird how my choices kind of had the same actors in it, you know, throughout it. I mentioned Patrick Burgeon in Highway to Hell. I mentioned Randy Quaid in Freaked. This one puts them together. This is a story we've all seen 100 fucking times. This is my favorite version, and no one's ever talked about it. And tons of people don't even think it exists. This is the 1993 made-for-TV movie version of Frankenstein.
Okay.
Patrick Burgeon is Dr. Frankenstein. Randy Quaid is the monster.
Oh, hell.
This came out.
I'm sold.
It came out in 93. It was made for TNT, the channel TNT.
Yeah.
And it was one of those that I caught as a kid, and I've loved it ever since. I mean, this is on their their archive collection, so it's like the made on demand type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's not Karloff. It's not Karloff. It's not the Kenneth Branagh version. Yeah. I mean, it takes place back in the 19th century. Cholera and the plague have all broken out, and Patrick Burgeon, he's trying to find ways to stop the outbreak, but now he's also trying to find a way to create life. We all know the story. What I love about this, it's so different. It's not grave robbing. It's nothing like that. It's all technology. He's finding a way to clone himself with his own equipment to make another body. So anything he does, it's really weird. It's 19th century equipment, but he's cloning himself, and he has this big birthing tube. You know what I mean? And that's how the monster is created. Randy Quaid, if you only know him from the goofy shit like Freaked or the Vacation movies or anything where he plays this dumb bumpkin, that's not the Randy Quaid we're getting here. This is dramatic Randy Quaid. This is
I've seen him in. I'm trying to remember what dramatic role I've seen him in, but he's damn good.
They have the scene where he's with the blind man, and of course, the monster is blamed for the death of a child when he actually saves her, type of thing, and he has to leave the blind man because if they're going after the monster, the blind man might get caught in the crossfire, type of thing. And when they separate, it's heartbreaking. You know what I mean? The blind man is telling him, "You got to leave," type of thing. And what I like about this is it's a smart version of the monster. It's not Boris Karloff, just grunting and groaning. He can speak English. He can articulate. When he finds out, who Frankenstein is and how he left him, type of thing. He does the whole revenge stuff. He's going after his family. He has the whole "make me a bride or I'll see you on your wedding night" scene. There's a great scene where Patrick Burgeon is chasing the monster down, and the cinematography is fantastic. The use of the forest and just nature. There's a scene where they're separated by a cliff, and it's a long argument between them two, and you get to see Randy Quaid act. You know what I mean? And what I mean is he's why did you make me like this? I'm a monster. Everyone hates me. He's pouring his heart and soul out, but he's also showing the hatred to this man.
Right.
And what I like about this, it's kind of like the novel. It starts out in the Arctic. You know what I mean? Patrick Burgeon is on the run, or he's chasing the monster, and he gets brought onto this ship that's stuck in the water because the water's frozen over. So he's telling the story, type of thing. And when the third act hits, because Frankenstein tries to make the bride, he makes the bride out of his fiance, and the pain that she's going through is too much. And the monster's watching up on top of the roof, and Frankenstein doesn't go through with it because she's hurt too much. And for a TV movie, it's very graphic because you see the gore of the unmade bride getting washed away down the sewers and stuff like that. For a TV movie, it's really graphic. And then you have the wedding night when the monster shows up. It's Patrick. He's away because he thinks the monster is on his way, but it's a setup. When he comes back and he sees his best friend pinned to the wall with a spear, and his father-in-law strangled at the bottom of the stairs, and he can't get into the bedroom to save his wife because it's blocked by the furniture, and you just see Randy Quaid destroying everything. It's really good because then you see Patrick Burgeon go in full hunter mode. I'm going to hunt this motherfucker down, and I'm going to take him. And it ends in the Arctic, and it's a different ending to the book. I won't spoil it, but it's a very satisfactory ending to this story. strong performances, especially from Patrick, and Randy Quaid is phenomenal. This is my favorite version of Frankenstein. And I think it's because it was a made-for-TV movie in 1993 on TNT. Yeah. That's why no one has even heard of it.
Right. I've never heard of it.
No.
I don't know what it's like. This was like maybe $10, made on demand on Amazon. You can rent it on Amazon, I think, for like $3. But I absolutely love it, and I highly, highly recommend it.
I've definitely seen that one before. Like I do recall watching that years and years back, but the way you were talking about it, did you ever see the show Penny Dreadful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've seen like the first season, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. It's very similar to that.
I did the show with Werewolf. I did the show with
Werewolf. Yeah. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
But the Frankenstein creature in that is very reminiscent to that movie as well. The way you described it perfectly resonates across both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you're just used to Randy being like the stupid characters, like Independence Day, where he's the drunken pilot or something, this is not that Randy Quaid. This dude can act.
I remember seeing Randy Quaid in The Wraith as the police officer. Mm-hmm. Like he was the sheriff of the town, and that's where I first saw him, and that's what I knew him. And then when I saw him in later films, like National Lampoons and whatnot, it's like, oh, so I'm used to seeing him in those. Yeah. Serious roles. Not that he can't do comedy, like he's great at comedy.
Right. And what I like about this is it's a different look to the monster because we're used to seeing the stitches or the bolts or everything like this. The makeup on Randy is pretty limited. He looks more like because he was, like I said, he was somewhat of a clone of Victor Frankenstein. Yeah. But Victor couldn't take the pain as well, so he wasn't finished. So his face looks more burned, like they look like burn scars instead of the typical monster that we've always seen. So it's very minimal makeup, but it's still very frightening to look at, and it's really cool seeing this loving character until the end act through this makeup. And again, I highly, highly recommend it if you've never seen it.
Cool. Here, hang on 1 minute. Hey, Dan, hang on 1 second here. I got a little something for you, man. Thanks a lot. I much appreciate it. I'm going to give you super Thanks a lot, man. We get 2 super ducks today.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's very nice.
But yeah, that's I agree with Ninja, man. That much reminded me of it. All right, get off there, somebody. My thumb gets excited sometimes. All right, let's see. Let's see. We'll go another. Do you guys want to go one more round after this?
It's up to you. I can run and grab one real quick. I only had 5, but yeah, if you want to do one more round, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. I can go another 4.
Well, I'm going to grab one.
Okay.
Decide which one of these ones.
Right. So. And I got to figure out which one out of Yeah.
This one's one I know everybody's heard of, but it's never talked about. All these other films are, but this one isn't. And I thought this one had great tension. I thought this was good. It's one I've actually been meaning to do. I just hadn't done it yet. I had it scheduled at one time, but I never did it. Because I've had a few things scheduled and then decided not to do it. It was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Yeah, I figure we've been going on almost 2 hours. I figure one more round out after this should do it.
Yeah, man.
That way we don't bore. We don't.
I did just get this in, man, from that stream we did. I went in and ordered that.
Oh, cool.
That Miss 45.
Excellent, man.
This, I guess, Lady Vengeance. Ordered it from France. So
excellent. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, man.
Is that a limited edition, or I mean, what exactly is it?
I have no idea, man. I bought it off eBay. It's let's see. I can't. My eyes are bad. So I can't.
Mine too, yeah. But I wear my glasses on this, and that light right there glares right off of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a pretty good show. All right, this is one everybody talks about his other films, especially his franchise, but no one ever talks about this one. It's Adam Green's Frozen. I know
that's a great one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great
Yeah,
one,
never
dude.
talked about, and that's a crime because this film's got great tension. You know what I mean? It's got really good performances. You got who all? You got Sean Ashmore. He played Iceman in the X-Men films.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You got Emma Bell, which she ended up doing a few things. She ended up being in the first season of The Walking Dead. She was the blonde sister to oh god, whatever her fucking name was, the bitch that ended up fucking the governor. She's also in Silent Hill. She has a motorcycle cop. Anyway, she's her sister.
Mm-hmm.
But this has got great tension, man. It's got some great parts in it. I fucking love it. Like when her hands stick to the fucking the
That
bar.
still makes me cringe when she pulls her hands off the bar, dude.
Yeah. When her boyfriend jumps down and breaks his fucking legs, what do you think was gonna happen to his legs? I mean, come the fuck on.
Yeah.
I mean, they're what 50 feet or something?
Mm-hmm.
They're above
That's got to
the
be it.
trees.
That's got to be what, Adam Green, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's got to be his best film, in my opinion. Out of everything I've
His
seen.
best made film, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the hatchets because they're fun and they're gory and they got really good. That he captures that slasher aspect really well. But this one deserves some love too. You know, Frozen does.
Yeah, man.
This was made right in the middle. It's made 2009, right in the middle of his hatchet.
Yeah, I think it was after 2, but before 3. Yeah.
Right. And this is one.
But again, it's one of those films like where there's not a huge cast, so you're relying on
one location.
The main,
yeah.
Like they hit differently, those films, because you are invested in a smaller group of people. Like there's not people running around everywhere. You're focused in on them. So yeah.
What I think what Adam does a really good job of, it's going to be a weird comparison when I say this. I'm going to compare it to The Shining and to like The Thing. In the nature aspect, you feel fucking cold when you're watching those two. You feel cold when you're watching Frozen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, like,
definitely.
And again, it's not just the scene where her hands are stuck to the bar and she slowly pulls them out, type of thing, but the way it looks. You got that the little dark blue. You know what I mean? And then you got the use of the snow and just the way they look when they have the little bits of ice on their face. You know what I mean? You are feeling cold with them. This is not a movie you want to watch in the summertime. This is one of those December, January watches, like The Thing. You don't watch The Thing in September. You know what I mean?
Right.
You watch Frozen in December or January, and it really fits the mood. It's done really well, and it's just overshadowed by the Hatchet franchise.
You feel her, man. You feel her because each day that goes by, you can see her watching the sun. You can see her watching the horizon and watching the sun go down, and you just see the hope going out of her each night. You know what I mean? You can see it leaving because she can't get nowhere to the point to where she finally has to try to crawl along that shit, and she realized they realize really quick why nobody tries to crawl along those wires because it cuts right through the gloves immediately.
And what's great is this is a air quotes realistic movie. It makes you think this could possibly happen. Somebody could be left there over the long weekend. You know what I mean? And that's what scares me. That type of stuff scares me. The realistic horror, like, home invasions or something like this. You know what I mean? I'm already terrified of fucking heights. So that's what scares me in this movie, because he's got great shots of looking down and you feel that. Yeah. But then when you add the wolves, you add the cold, you add all the different dangers, with their skin or trying to touch the cable. You realize just how fucked they are.
Yeah, man.
I hate the cold. Like, I hate it. And that movie just, I'm
being one location like that is it's great, man. the way it's done.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
All right. We'll start the last round, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage.
Man.
I
Okay.
seen that yet.
Yeah. That's
It's
a fun
so
one.
much fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know it gets comparisons to the game Five Nights at Freddy's and now the movie Five Nights at Freddy's, but I've never played it. I've seen the movie. Wasn't a fan of the movie, but this one, Nicolas Cage doesn't say a fucking word through the whole thing.
Yeah.
All he does is drink this energy drink
Yeah.
and play pinball, and that's it. And then he goes and just lets loose on these animatronic possessed creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a fun movie. You've got the side story with the kids breaking in, but it's set in that one place. You again, your primary focus is Nick Cage, and the fact that he doesn't say a word just makes his performance like that much better.
Mm-hmm.
That's so hard to do too, man. When you got somebody who you have to convey all your feelings through your movements and everything else. That it takes a special performance to do that, because it's really hard without talking.
And I mean, no one's ever said Nick Cage is a bad actor. Like, but just to see him in this, and I think this was probably around the time when he was doing those sort of cosmic horror ones, kind of Mandy, Color Out of Space, things like that, like the lower budget ones, but they were effective. And he, in this one, is fantastic. Like, he is fantastic in this, and it's close to being, I wouldn't say one of my favorite Nick Cage roles, but it's damn good. It's damn good. It's a
I just watched that. I've seen it before when it first came out, but I just watched it again recently with my son, my 6-year-old, and he hated Five Nights at Freddy's. He loves Willy's Wonderland. So.
Yeah. It's the pacing in this one is so much better. Like, it just gets straight into it. There's no messing around. And it's got that creepy abandoned building vibe to it as well. Like, it's kind of like a haunted house, but it's not. There are things happening in the background. You can hear them, and it's fun. That's all I can say. I could watch this any time, any day of the week. You name it, I'll chuck it on.
Yeah, I still need to see it. Have you guys seen the trailer for Long Legs yet? Holy shit, that looks creepy. Check out the trailer for Long Legs.
Long Legs?
Long Legs, and it stars Nicolas Cage, and he's a serial killer in it. If the movie carries over the atmosphere from the trailer, it's gonna be special. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, I think Dave over at Savage Zombie Reviews did a reaction vid to it recently.
That
so
trailer
I'm gonna check that.
As fuck.
Yeah. Long Legs. Adding it to the list to watch. Wow, trailer.
All right, man. I'm looking dead at 4 of them, man. I'm trying to make up my mind like which one to pick.
Put them behind your back and grab one. That's how I usually do it.
Okay. Let's see here. They're all different sizes and shit. Yeah, I'll figure it out. All right. We'll just do it this way. I'll just go with it, man. This one gets shit on. Don't understand it. It's a fucking masterpiece in my opinion. Roman Polanski, Rosemary's Baby.
People shit on Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm
all the time.
Not a fan of it.
They say that it's...
I'm not a fan of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They say it's too slow.
I love Rosemary's Baby.
But, 1969, man. Roman Polanski. Is it 69? No.
Yeah.
65, 66, something like that. I think it's...
it's something like
66. Yeah.
He had just made it when the Manson thing had happened.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
It's got that layer to it. Yeah. It's so creepy because this cult shit's going on with these people. And then what happened is his wife, Sharon Tate, and everything. It's just, and then you got Anton LaVey playing the devil, which he's the founder of the Church of Satan.
Yeah.
In the damn movie. Like, it's fucking nuts, man. He actually does the rape scene. where he's the devil.
Yeah, the husband's played by John Cassavetes, or
yeah. But
John Cassavetes, yeah.
Mia Farrow kills this role, man. Like, I don't know. It's just, I know it's fun. I mean, I've just heard a ton of people that they just don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
What's the matter with his eyes?
Yeah. That's something too that I heard, that in the theater in that scene, that it showed the eyes. That's all I'm gonna say. It showed the eyes, and they were gold and shit. And like, why the hell have y'all ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not on this release. I checked it out. I was hoping it was gonna be on here, but I heard like way back in the day, somebody had told me that in the theater that it was freaking people out when they saw the eyes. You know, like, but high recommendation. Rosemary's Baby. At least give it a go. Roman Polanski. I know he's, controversial. I guess you'd say some of the shit he did, but whatever. I always separate. I always separate the films from the people.
You have to, because the thing is, how many films or how many albums you can't watch or listen to because you find out these things,
right.
Me and Gore, we're wrestling fans. You think we're going to stop watching wrestling with all the Vince McMahon stuff coming out? No.
Yeah.
You have to separate the artist from the artwork, or else you're not going to be able to watch or enjoy anything.
Right.
Yeah. Jeepers Creepers is a good one. Like, I enjoyed the first film.
Yeah.
The director's a piece of shit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I saw Rosemary's Baby for the first time within the last few months, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the issue I have. I saw Rosemary's Baby many, many years ago. I was a lot younger. So I think I do need to give it a rewatch just to see. Yeah, maybe I'll enjoy it more.
Okay. Yeah, man.
I've always liked it.
I have heard, though, like, a lot of people are just not a fan, and it don't work for some people. So, but that's just the way it is. I mean, we're not all
I get
wired.
why people would say it was slow, but that's how the movies were back then in the 60s. You know what I mean? They had that slow burn. And it is a long film, too. Like, a lot of this generation, they're used to 90 minutes or less, hack and slash, all up in your face. And it's a totally different film.
Story is tension building up. You know what I mean?
The acting, the acting is amazing in the film to me. But
the whole film's top notch, man. You got Ruth Gordon in there. You know what I mean? Which played, for those who don't know, played the old lady in Every Which Way But Loose. Oh, the goddamn Oreo.
Yeah, right.
You fucking baboon.
But if I didn't pick that, I would have picked this. That's Fuck the Devil too. Return of the Fucker. But I'll just
Part 2 also.
Yeah.
And the sequel.
Fuck the devil too. Still fucking.
Yeah. Return of the Fucker. But
that's awesome.
It was between that or Rosemary's Baby.
Similar
I
movies.
think you chose wisely.
Well, there's no devil fucking in my choice. You know me, Keith. I'm a huge fan of remakes. My 2 words are remake everything, and the reason why is the original still exists. It's not going to ruin your childhood. And you might actually miss a good film if you're just going to say, oh, fuck it, because it's a remake. You know what I mean? I think that's me personally, this is me on my soapbox. I think that's kind of a bad reason to avoid a film because, again, it doesn't do anything to the original. I've always said that. Some people don't believe me. I've been watching a lot of Herschel Gordon Lewis lately. And I recently, so I went out, I ran, and I saw this and I grabbed it. I really enjoy 2000 Maniacs from Herschel Gordon Lewis. Yeah. I grabbed the remake from 2005.
I remember that.
Robert Englund.
Yeah.
2001 Maniacs.
Right.
It's the same plot. You got a bunch. You got this time it's spring breakers. They're leaving college. You had the detour sign. They go to this town called Pleasant Valley, and the mayor is the 2 leads in the town. You got Mayor Buckman, played by Robert Englund, who is fucking like literally, he's like a Looney Tunes character. You know what I mean? He's so over the top. He's so hammy and so cartoony. He knows what he's in. He's having fun. And his sidekick is Granny Boone, wonderfully played by Lynn Shay. Lynn Shay is amazing in everything she's in. This is my favorite role of hers.
Oh shit!
And it's very self-referential. It's very campy. It's very goofy, but it's a lot of fun. The kills are so over the top. I mean, you know, they do play with racism because obviously it's, you know, the South. You know what I mean? So they do have the black character killed in a cotton gin, you know, cotton press, stuff like that. You know, Robert Englund's talking about eating the Asian woman, saying he's going to be hungry in a couple hours, type of thing.
Oh shit!
But it's still a lot of fun because it's so over the top.
Right.
Great. There's some great metal soundtracks in it. I love the final confrontation between the lead actor and Robert Englund, because he pulls out his, you know, his General Grant sword, and he's going to war with the main kid, where everybody is cheering them on, and there's this fire behind them. And what I like about this is you find out, you know, this was a town that was caught in the middle of the Civil War. And what they're doing is there were 2,000 people in this town, or 2,001 people in this town killed, you know, in the crossfire. So they're cursed until they get 2001 victims to free them, type of thing. So it's a good ghost story as well. Okay. And there's a lot of cameos. Eli Roth is the producer. He's playing the same hitchhiker character in this that he played in Cabin Fever. Kane Hodder is one of the maniacs in the background. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fun. Giuseppe Andrews, if you know him from Cabin Fever, he is like the guy who's trying to seduce the women. You know what I mean? And he is this, you know, he's total Southern gentleman. And then he convinces the girl, hey, you know, they're making out in the barn. Oh, you want to get a little freaky, type of thing. So he ties her up, but she doesn't realize that he's drawn and quartered her, type of thing. So it's low budget, so the gore shows an aspect, but I think by the time that stuff happens, you're already having a lot of fun with it. People don't know that it exists, which is, I think, very sad, but it's a lot of fun, especially for Robert Englund and Lynn Shay in general. Lots and lots of fun.
Is that the one? Do they have like this scene where there's like a wire across a road and someone gets decapitated in it?
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah, that's a good movie. Like it's fun. Like you said, it is gory. It's a good ghost story. It's got a bit of everything in it.
And when you find out the story, I mean, it's not a spoiler, because that's how the 2000 Maniacs was too. But what I like about this is you feel sorry for the ghosts at the end. You know, they've already killed everybody, but when you find out the story, we get close-ups of Lynn Shay cheering on Robert Englund, but her makeup has changed. She's now gone from looking like a normal Lynn Shay to older. You know, she's more worn, and they're yelling, "Kill them for what they did to my family. Kill them for what they did. They took away my baby," type of thing. So you're putting two and two together until you find out, you know, the backstory of the town. Highly recommend it. It's on Tubi a lot as well, but I recommend the Blu-ray because there's commentary. There is a making of featurette. There's an alternate opening where John Landis was a character, but they pulled him out because the scene was pretty dumb. But really good. And the thing is, King Gorgeous said it shouldn't work, but it does. Yeah. It totally does. And if you, again, it could be controversial in 2024 with like a lot of the racism stuff.
Yeah.
But it works. You know what I mean? It's very self-referential. And I think, you know, as bad as that sounds, recommending it for that, it works because it shows, again, also how sick the South was back then. You know what I mean?
Right.
So highly recommend it.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to check it out.
And it's just sad that the people that do know about it, they want to avoid it just because it's a remake. And that just, I don't think that's a reason to avoid a movie. If it's got an actor you don't like.
Lewis, it's got to be a good 30, 40 years in between, right?
Yeah, I think the original 2000 Maniacs was in the 60s, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
64, 65, something like that.
Okay.
And this came out 2005, so.
we differ on our philosophy of remakes. I always preach that stop making remakes and reboots and come up with something new. Let's come on, people.
Exactly.
Let's use our imagination. We can't continue to keep doing that. If everybody back in the day thought that way, we wouldn't have the classics we have now. However, I do like a good remake.
But that's a one-off film.
Yeah.
So I'm not really opposed to one-off remakes. I'm opposed to the big budget franchise remakes. Like I don't know. It just gets like rinse and repeat. You know, it's like let's come with some better ideas. Yeah, I don't know.
I think there are some movies that some movies could definitely do with a remake because with what they tried to do, you know, say back in the 80s.
Yeah.
If you did it with the technology now, the special effects now, that would look amazing. And they definitely could do it, and it could be worthwhile. But then there's some, like I said, the recent remakes where they're now remaking Harry Potter. I'm not a fan of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But they're remaking it, and it's like, dude, it's like, you know, not even 10 years old or however many years. Like,
well, it's just like Dirk just said, you know, with the original, there's 40 years in between this.
Right.
The original, you know what I mean? And how many people, you know, it's true. It's a select group know about Herschel Gordon Lewis that have actually sat down and watched his films. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Ladder
So,
King.
Yeah.
Godfather.
I have not seen a lot of his films though. Like I know I haven't seen 2000 Maniacs.
I haven't either.
2000 Maniacs is good. Color Me Blood Red is really good too.
Born Losers, Russell. The first Billy Jack film is Born Losers.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have such a problem with remakes if more people had more original ideas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it balanced out more, I'd be totally happy with it. You know, I just want more new shit to go along with all the remakes and the reboots.
We need more one-offs too, I think.
Yeah, stop making a sequel.
You don't need to make it a franchise.
Right.
Not everything has to be a franchise. One-off like Phantasm. I know how you feel about Phantasm, Eric, the original one. I feel like it should be a one-off. I would be totally happy with the Fever Dream the original.
Oh yeah, I love the original the most. Yeah.
But Ninja prefers part 2.
So do I. I think two is my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can see
it. Budget and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? They're able to do a lot more, but they don't have the continuity of the cast that the original one had. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have that atmosphere the original one had.
Yeah,
it definitely lost a lot of that. Like in the second and third films, lost a lot of that. They tried to bring it back with the fourth and fifth, but it did lose that feeling.
Yeah, I felt like Eric to try Phantasm after many years. He watched the first one and he was like, "Sorry to tell you, but I just didn't get it."
I was like, I didn't hate it, but I just didn't get it. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Right. But when we went along with it, like I love 2, and I'm probably like the only person that I know of that enjoyed Ravager because it was so different. I liked the 2 different worlds. You know, is it this or is it that type of thing? You know what I mean? But I don't hate Phantasm. I just like. Okay, I watched it. I'll watch it again sometime down the road, but I don't love it.
We all agreed on Reggie, though. Reggie Bannister.
Oh, Reggie's one of the best horror characters ever.
Yeah. He's fucking
Well, we were discussing it. Yeah, we were discussing it yesterday, and like it was only brought up to me that all of Phantasm 1, from this pretty much the start up until when it's Reggie and Mike talking in front of the fireplace. All that's a fucking dream. I'm like, no way. I'm like, mind blown.
Yeah.
But it defies logic, but it's fun. And I mean, I get it. Like, it's not my favorite either. I do prefer the second one. But now that I know that, it's like, holy shit, that just makes more sense.
Are you guys fans of the Billy Jack films?
Never seen them.
Really?
Never heard of them.
Is that the one where the dude says something about putting his foot upside somebody's head or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he said, we're gonna come over here and we're gonna blah 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 because they're harassing like the Indian people and everything. Yeah. And he said, there's nothing you could do about it. And Billy Jack says, well, I'm gonna take this foot here
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick you right up that side of your face. You know what? There's nothing you can be able to do about it.
That's the only thing I remember, but it's been
and
a
he
long
does
time.
whap, drops his ass right there.
Yeah.
Whap.
So I recognize that quote, but I recognize it from a different movie, Major Pain. I want to take my right foot, put it upside your head.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
But the original, the first Billy Jack movie was called Born Loser, and the Born Losers are a motorcycle gang.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah, they're pretty good. If you're gonna check them out, Tom McLaughlin's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. So I have the last pick of the night, huh?
Yeah.
All right, make it a good one.
Let me go with this.
Pressure's on.
Let me go with this. This is totally different than what I have done probably ever whipped out here. This is totally. I'm not sure the year because this is all kind of like foreign, but this is a Chinese release, and I think it was like the early 2000s, and it has, I think, the greatest title of any film ever made, or at least one of them. It's The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
That's a great film, dude.
Okay.
Good choice.
This is the greatest love story of a film ever made. If you want to watch a love story of a film and you don't like cheesy love stories, watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's fucking great. I love the way it's told. It's great performances all around. I think it is Jim Carrey's greatest performance of his career. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Kate Winslet and everybody. It's just
Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood as a creepy little fucking.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's a creepy in everything. Damn near. Shit.
God, it fits him so good, man.
He plays creepy good.
Yeah.
Dude who plays Hulk in the Marvel films.
Mark Ruffalo.
Ruffalo. Yeah. You also got Kirsten Dunst. Great cast. It's weird how they tell it because basically what it is for people who don't know is there's a clinic for people who want to get over heartbreak but cannot get over it, so they go there to get that part of their memory erased, gotten rid of completely, so that they can move on with their lives. Mm-hmm. Well, they both had that idea to go to that same clinic, and it overlaps. And all kinds of personal shit with the doctor and all kinds of shit. I don't want to spoil it, but it's really good. But if you watch it, you got to pay attention to it.
Yes.
Like whole movie, you got to focus and watch this film because if you turn away for 2 seconds, you will be confused. Right. But it's a great fucking movie.
It is.
Well, I'm gonna.
So is it better than Titanic?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's a fucking title and a half, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I recently got a poster where it's a bucket list collection. Like you have to watch every movie on this list, and it's on there. And it's one that I've never seen, so I've heard a lot.
I think you'd like it.
It's great, yeah. So
I haven't seen it either.
Going to be checking it out.
I've seen it, like I've known about it. I just never have watched it, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. You know?
It's fucking. It's excellent. It is a love story, but it's not a love. It's not a love story.
Yeah,
it tells it from a realistic point of view.
Yeah,
it tells the love story how they really fucking are. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's one of those movies that kind of got overlooked maybe because Jim Carrey? Yeah, a lot of people know him as a comedic actor.
He was doing his dramatic stuff at this.
Yeah, because I remember seeing him in what's that? The number 27,
23.
Or 23,
yeah, number 23.
He was fantastic in that.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
Transition from a comedic role where I saw him as The Mask, Ace Ventura, all that, and then to see him do these dramatic roles, it's such a turn for him, and he does it so well. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that one. Yeah, it's got your recommendation. It's definitely one that I want to check out.
Yeah. But anybody who hasn't seen that, at least give it a shot. Anything with a title like that, I see that title and I said, I got to see this fucking movie. Anything with a title like that, I said, I'm intrigued. I got to see what the fuck that is. I still don't know what it means, but okay.
Would you say it's
that's what's important. That's what's important.
Would you say it's kind of like is it a straightforward story or is it abstract, surreal type shit going on?
It's abstract.
Yeah.
They're in dreams, all that kinds of shit.
I get with it, man. Yeah.
It's totally it's at least abstract.
Okay.
At least.
Okay. Cool.
That's why I said you got to watch it. If you watch it, you cannot be distracted and shit. You got to watch it.
I love ambiguous shit, man. I do. It's probably actually, I mean, I love horror, but ambiguous anything, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm going to give it a watch. I reckon it'll be, yeah. It's definitely piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining me tonight, guys. I would appreciate it, man. It was a lot of fun going through.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Anytime, man. Of course, my whole idea with this show is to have somebody different each week, or at least have different combinations each week. Because you know what I mean. I feel like we have the same people. You know what I mean. Like I'm the only constant one simply because it's here. If I could trade myself out, I would. You know what I mean? I would like to just to get rid of myself now and then. Just so you have a more of a fresh feel.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I can't do that. So.
Right.
But thanks everybody for joining us and all that stuff. I will see you next week. What you guys got going on your channel? I'll start with Ninja.
Well, this week I just dropped I redid my the Wraith video and re-released that last night. New collection video came out today. I've got Trashy Tuesdays. I've got my 60-second reviews. I've got Franchise Fridays. New one kicking off this week, which Eric, I reckon you'll get a kick out of this one. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'm trying to do more live streams, get on more lives, things like that. And I am planning to do a watch party, whatever you want to call it, of Drag Me to Hell this month.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's coming up. But that's it for me.
Dirk, what we got going?
So next Saturday on my channel, Subjective Perspective Collective, we do a show called An Hour to Kill, and we're going to be covering Sergio Martino films. And this is going to be the first episode, and we're going to be covering case. Damn it, put me on the spot. Suspicious death of a minor, case of the scorpion's tail, scorpion with two tails, and Mozart. So we're going to cover those right out the gate, but we're going to cover all his Jolly. So,
Eric?
Well, hey, Internet, Eric here is my YouTube channel. I've been slowly going, the timing's awful, but because of Carl Weathers passing away, but I've been slowly going through the Rocky franchise. I'm going to finish it, even with the bad timing. So far I have the original Rocky, videos on the original Rocky, all the way up to the first Creed film. Within a day or so, I'll have Creed 2 and 3 up. Let's see what else. And then after that, like the rest of the year, unless someone requests something specific, it's going to be nothing but movies I have never seen. So it'll be whether it's horror, westerns, gangster flicks, stuff that I have never seen. And I'm going to tell you straight out, I've never seen The Godfather from beginning to end. You know what I mean? After all this time, you might be surprised. I'm either going to love it or hate it. I'm going to tell you, Keith knows. Just because majority likes a film, if I think it stinks, it's going to stink. Speaking of Keith, unless things change, this coming Saturday, I'm doing my interview series, and Mr. Gorophobe himself is the next person I will be interviewing. 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. We are going to talk life as a YouTuber, horror movies, pro wrestling, and anything I can fucking think of in between. It's just two guys shooting the shit. So it's going to be a lot of fun this coming Saturday.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I have tomorrow night. I have my Extreme Theater. It will be Confessions of a Serial Killer from 1985. I definitely suggest checking that out. Checking it out. Like I said, it's made like right around when Henry was. It's kind of like Henry. Henry's the better film, but Confessions is a good one too. Like Eric said, Saturday I will be on this channel doing the interview. Thanks for having me for that.
Of course.
And then Sunday I will continue on with my Cronenberg for Rabid, and then another episode of the Roundtable at 5. Once again, thanks you guys. I would like it if you guys would come back and do it again sometime.
Yeah, man.
Of course. Yeah, happy to. Definitely. I'll need to find more movies though.
I forgot to mention one thing I wanted to mention. I just got nominated for Horror YouTuber of the Month. So I didn't know.
Excellent.
I'm going to plug that a little bit. Anthony's Horror and More on his channel. I mean, if y'all want to vote for me, you can. But Chris C's in there too. He got nominated as well. And I think it's a guy called Gore Forever and Norin Rat. So but I'm not. I was just going to throw that out there.
Hey, congrats, dude.
Yeah, congratulations. Where do I go to vote?
Anthony's Horror and More.
All right, man. Cool. That'll work, man. Awesome. Yeah. Congratulations, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I think you started it though, man. So you won on your channel, and then got nominated on the other thing. So.
No, I got nominated and for a different one than the net started. I've never been nominated for horror YouTuber.
Okay.
Never. But anyway, that's a sore subject.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I was saying like.
You're all right.
I won. Like I was a winner on your channel.
Yeah, the one that I started. I started that because of the horror YouTuber of the month.
Okay.
Mine is the horror content creator of the month. Yeah, it's for the little guys that don't get noticed. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, congratulations, man. You definitely deserve it.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, Derek, I just subbed to you during the stream, so can't wait to check out your stuff.
Yeah, I need to sub to y'all too. I'm subbed to Ginja, so I need to sub to you. And I appreciate you having us on, man.
It's been good. All your links are in the description, so everybody go over and sub to these guys. They're all three great channels and great friends.
Yeah.
And great guests. Great show, man. I had a great time, you guys.
Same here.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, man.
Let's take it easy.
Happy to do it again as well.
How about a little gassy exit here?
Because I am agoraphobe.